Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, World Cup Preview Edition. And now we got our special guests right over here who decided that he will never eat Moroccan food because what they did in the group stages. Here's Raul.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me to this podcast tour. Today, I can say that my dream came true.
Yeah, dreams do come true. And now we got a gentleman right over here who loves to hang out with groups, just like Ecuador, because they can't get out of the group stages. Here's David.
That's a good pun, but we did go through once, and we got knocked out by England right away. But yeah,
Don't you love you? It's been three times, and you still can't get out of the group stage.
Hmm.
So, gentlemen, we're going to probably talk about the FIFA World Cup right over here. We're going to talk about all 48 teams, talk about all group stages right over here. So, gentlemen, I guess we can talk about it. So, we had an expansion of the World Cup right over here from 32 to 48. So, gentlemen, how do you feel about that? We just gotten up to 48 right now. We can start with you, Raul.
So, honestly, I think I don't like it. I think it's too many teams. They are just doing this for the money. Going 32 teams was enough. Having more teams, it doesn't make the competition better. It maybe just create more views, more money. Are we doing this for the show or for the money? So I would say no. I don't like this new World Cup with so many teams on it.
Yes. And David, how do you feel about this? We're expanding all the
yeah,
way.
the same. It's a lot of games. It's a lot to keep up with. It's gonna be a lot of like we were talking about trolling and memes and all that. It's a lot. There's gonna be a lot of that. There's like 4 games per day. Sometimes I think a few days might even have 5 games per day. Um, there's no way anyone can physically sit down and watch so much soccer. Uh, I think
Yeah.
we did it to make it fair, to make it more fair for the world. Because and I can relate to that when you come from a small country, like I come from Ecuador. When we first qualified to the World Cup, yeah, everybody was losing their minds, national holiday type of thing. So I guess they want to do that to more countries, and that's why you have really small countries that are super happy, but that's why they have to expand the thing for everybody.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. I mean, it's kind of funny because like I'm in like the college football era, and we went from like back in our day when I was a kid to the BCS, where it was only the top two, to then 10 years ago we're going to go to 4 teams, and then a few years ago we're now going to 12 teams, and there's even rumblings right now that we're going to go to 24, which is a little bit too much right over here. So I kind of feel like it's like a little bit too much. I feel like in the World Cup to go into like 48, and I heard rumors that in 2030 they might go to 64 teams, which I'm
They should not do. They should not do that.
yeah.
It's all.
Yeah, that's like that's a little like see how 48 goes. Maybe like do 2 or 3 more World Cups on 48, and then see how it goes, and then maybe expand it. But I always say, gentlemen, there is no corruption in FIFA, right?
No, there
Right?
is no. There is no. There is no
They,
corruption in
there's
FIFA.
never, they've never done anything wrong.
No,
There,
never.
oh my, oh my goodness! Like there is no corruption on this one. So, gentlemen, we're going to probably talk about the fun things right over here on the 32 team, on the 48 teams.
48 teams. It's because it's a lot of teams.
It's a lot of teams.
Going to from 32 to 48, it's a lot of teams. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It is definitely a lot. I mean, this is going to be like, this might be a little bit of a long podcast, so we'll see. And so we're going to start, gentlemen. We're going to start with the Group A stages. So A is for Apple, and we're going to start out with the host country of Mexico. Mexico, they always make it to the World Cups. They always do good. They
Well,
always
they always make it because qualifying in North America is pretty easy if you are Mexico. This is
yes.
something we can discuss later with your friend David. But qualifying in the South American group, that's fucking hard. That's hard as
Now
fuck.
it was hard. Yeah. Now I think they
It's
made
a,
it. I think
it's
they're
always hard.
easier
It's
to.
always hard in South America. I mean,
Before it
there
was
is
very
eight.
hard. Before it was hard, the teams would have something, a chance. They was just top 4 out of 10. So
Yeah,
to make the
it's
top 4 out of 10 was on a 2 year
and all that.
season.
But in that it's like 10 teams, but all of them are good.
And all of them
Anyway,
are
we can
good.
discuss that
Yeah.
later. All of them are good. Okay, but sorry, Stuart. I just want to make a point because qualifying for Mexico is easy. Mexico, US. I mean, they should always make it. I'm surprised
Oh,
US didn't make it to the last one.
except for that one year where we lost to Trinidad and freaking Tobago in
Yeah,
2018. That was embarrassing.
that's embarrassing, man.
How do we lose to an island nation? Literally an island nation. That is less than our county that we live in, population wise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Well, but going back to your so Mexico, South Africa, Korea, and Czech
Yeah.
Republic.
So it's interesting. So like the last time they played in 2022, they only made it to the group stages right over here. Granted, they're in the Quattro home team right over here. How do you feel about Mexico right over here? Do you think they can finally get the hump and make it past the group stages, unlike
First,
I
last time?
mean,
they're paired with South Africa. Who else?
Yeah. So they're paired with South Africa and um, they're paired with
Korea,
Africa, South Korea, and
South
the
Korea, Czech
like
Republic,
or Czechia. I like to call it.
Czech Republic. Yeah,
Yes.
Mm, they could. They could ruin it.
but
I would not say guarantee. They might save their so like top 2 goes through. No, but there's a
Yes.
third that goes through
Yes.
too.
Yeah. So it's the top
So yeah,
two.
I cannot guarantee Mexico would defeat South Korea. South Africa, South Africa might be like the lowest team of that group. And Czech Republic, I see them like any European who made it is at least decent. So now Mexico could. Uh,
I think
I know
I'm picking.
Mexico has this little obsession with when the obsession was with the old format to always make it to the fifth game, which was meaning pretty much a quarterfinal. They could never reach the quarterfinal. In the old format, the quarterfinal was the fifth game. Now it's going to be even different because we're going to have a round of 32, then round of 16. So Mexico is actually going to have higher chances to have the fifth game, but it's not. But the thing they are obsessed is getting to the quarterfinals. That was the fifth game used to be the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think I'll probably go pick. I think I'm going to probably pick Mexico to make it in the. I think they'll be the top two. I think in this group right over here, I think they will probably make the top two. Would I bank all my bank account money on this one? Unlike some teams, France, I'm putting all my money if I had to do it.
Mexico for sure shall make it. If not first, second. And also remember, as David say, they qualify. The two top teams of each group qualify, and there is like eight thirds that also qualify.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So it's going to be the
So
best.
it's a lot. It's a lot of teams that qualify to top
Because
16.
you need
So
enough teams for a round of 32. So you actually need
yeah.
64 teams qualified for the playoff or direct
So
elimination.
for sure, I can see Mexico being even like the
I think they're
first
gonna
of
make
the
it.
group.
Yeah, they'll make it to the.
Mexico
Now
for
I would say
sure.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
top two
Mexico.
Mexico or South Korea in that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would I would say South Korea, and then South Africa and Czech Republic. They are good both teams, so we'll see. I would say Czech Republic will should be able to qualify as well as top
yeah,
third,
yeah. So
because
we'll see how Mexico goes right over here, and then we got South Africa right over here, or I like
yeah,
to do Afrikaans accent. South Africa. They finally made it out. This is their first time, I believe, making a World Cup appearance, not being a host nation. You know,
yes,
yeah. So this is
yeah,
they finally did it fair and square. They did go in 2010, but like I said, they only made it out of the group stages.
hmm.
Can South Africa finally make it past the group stages? Is this going to be their first time, or is it going to be kind of a mid?
I don't think they're gonna
Uh,
make it. I think they are gonna be the last one.
I don't see them making them. It's a tough group. Huh? The Koreans, they all know how to play. Uh, Czech Republic as well. So it's gonna be tough to be. to qualify in that group. I don't see South Africa, but there are always surprises. So this might be one of the surprises. Who knows? I
Yeah,
doubt it, but we'll
yeah.
see.
It's gonna be. I hate this. I think I might put them in number third. I think I'd probably put South Africa at number third right
So
now.
who will be
Okay.
the fourth? Czech Republic.
I think I'll put Czech Republic at four. Well, yeah, we'll discuss it when we get to Czech Republic. But yeah, I think if I had to pick it, I think I'm gonna go number one. Gonna go Mexico. I think Mexico will finally get out of the group stage. I think South Africa is going to be three, and then when we discuss right over here with South Korea, which that's going to be an interesting one. I know their main star right over here is out for this for the World Cup, but
Mm.
do you think? How do you feel about South Korea's chances right over here? They have done well. They're it's them and Japan that's always good. They did
Yeah.
reach the group of 16 last time.
Yeah, Japan are really good. I see them second at least. First or second, South Korea.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. That for me, it's gonna be tough in this group. For me, Mexico should win most of his games. I don't think he's gonna win all the games, but at least two games, and they will qualify. And then I see very tight, between South Africa, Korea. Complicated, complicated.
I think this is going to be an interesting one, but I definitely do think I would probably pick South Korea for number two right over here. So I think that that's going to be my personal pick. I think
So
it's going to be Mexico first, then South Korea, then South Africa three, and then Czech Republic slash Czechia. But then I guess we can finally talk about Czechia right over here. The Czechs, they finally made it to the World Cup. Congratulations. They were runner-ups, back in the olden days when they were Czechoslovakia, but first, finally they made back. They did not make the World Cup last time, but they finally are going to make it to this World Cup this time. How do you feel about Czechia making the World Cup right over here?
I mean, it's a small country, but it's always the fact that they qualify. It's not easy. We saw like great teams not qualifying in Europe, like Italy, right? Italy didn't make it, so qualifying is not easy. So the fact that Czech Republic qualify in a competitive, how you say it, in a competitive group, or like how do you call it, a FIFA subdivision, whatever it is, because it's not as easy for every team to qualify. It needs to be a good team. If not, otherwise they wouldn't qualify. So I don't know which player they have. I haven't done my homework regarding Czech Republic, uh, but I'm pretty sure most of the players plays in Europe. Their league is not very strong, but I don't know, man. I think they may be better. I need to find out who is their coach, but I'm more confident with Czech Republic than with South Africa. But
Oh, what do you think about that, David? Oh, oh, sorry, you're muted a little bit. Oh yeah, I can't hear you right now. Sorry about that, David. Yes, we have technical difficulties.
Can you
Right
hear
over.
me
Yeah, I can hear you.
now? Okay, no. Czech Republic, I do see them better. Czechia better than South Africa, but I mean, at least I don't know any name in their team on the big leagues, on big teams. Um, I would imagine their players play in Europe, yeah, but I don't see them like the big nations. I think even South Korea might be better than them, really, because I do know South Korea has big names and big
Yeah,
names.
I mean they got that in South Korea right now. That's playing
I
really
see them
well.
third, and even if the South Africans play like just get a little more motivated, they might even finish above them.
Ooh, so that's gonna be an interesting one. So, gentlemen,
Yeah,
for the
I should
Group
be
A,
happy with the Republic. Nobody knows what's shaking.
yeah. So for the Group A, we should do this, gentlemen. Who is you gonna pick as your number one, your number two, the maybes? I like to call it the maybes on three, and who's gonna be dead last?
mm, mm.
I, I'll
Right,
probably
for me, number one is gonna be Mexico.
I think so too. I
Number
think
two,
they're
Korea. Number three, number three, South Africa. Czechia, I would put it in last place.
I think I might agree with you on that one, David. I think I'm going to go Mexico first. I think South Korea is going to be, well, I think they will finally get out of the group stage. South Korea is always good.
Mm,
They made it to the Final Four one time when it was the World Cup when it was in Japan and South Korea. They made it to the Final Four 20 years. Granted, that was 20 years ago, but still. And then I probably would put South Africa number 3 and then Czechia number 4. What do you think about
okay.
that, bro?
It's my turn, sir.
Yes.
I will say Mexico number one. I'll go with Korea number two. Czech Republic number three, and South Africa number four.
Ooh, so we'll see. This is gonna be the fun part. So when we get out of when we get to the group stages, this is gonna be a fun part. I'm gonna listen to this recording and be like, all right, were we right about this one or were we wrong on this
Yeah, we
one?
missed it. Yeah, who knows?
Yes. And now we got the group stages. Now we're in the group B stages. Honestly, and I will have to say this, gentlemen, the weakest of all the group stages, I would say, of any of the groups right over here, where you have Canada, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. This is probably the
Hmm.
weak, I would say, of this group stages right there.
This is a very weak group. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
The game,
On
the
this
game
one.
Switzerland, Bosnia is gonna have always political controversies. Those
Yeah.
countries have like some history of war, and the players they have switched nationalities, and it's not the first time it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start out with the first one. In Canada, like I said, they were pretty much cannot win a Stanley Cup or a gold medal in hockey. So we'll see, can they finally do it? So the only time, like I said, they made it to the last time they did make it to the World Cup in 2022. It took them 30 years,
Oh,
35
wow.
years. But they only made the group stages as of right now. How do you feel about Canada making it far? Can they make it to the group stages finally for the
Well,
first time in their football?
they're playing home. Do we know that the referees always help the people, the teams like are hosting? So I think, I mean, they need to be really bad to not make it to the next round. So I don't know in which position they will finish. We can discuss that later. But I think for sure Canada will pass to the next round.
Ooh, so this is an interesting one. That's interesting because I know they had a hard time. They did, I think, was the TOFA cup. Where's the American Cup, and I think they did lose to the America also.
Mm.
Yes, but what do you think about this, David? What do you think about Canada, and how do you think they're going to do right now?
Canada does not exist. They just did that.
Say that to Canadians. We saw this.
They only exist now because, like, 10 years ago, they were appointed as they're going to be the host. So then they have the time to like work out a soccer project. They did it pretty well because the name that always blows my mind is Alfonso Davies. The guy plays in Bayern Munich. He's a left back, like in Europe and everything. He's Canadian because Canada helped him go through a refugee program from like his original country. I don't even know where he's from, but that's how he is Canadian. So like Canada works out this awesome like the recruitment project, and they get players from everywhere. Anybody who somehow could get Canadian citizenship, they put a team together. The USA, like the fact that soccer got bigger in the USA, also think influences that Canada got a little bigger too. But that's
Hmm.
it. That is it. And before 10 years ago, Canada was hockey, and they did not exist in the world
We,
stage.
we like to we like to call it, David. This Canada and soccer in this neck of the woods, they were ass until the last few years. They were always ass, and now they actually can finally make it to the World Cup and actually be a mid team right now, right over here. So
It makes sense. I mean, they're a wealthy country with like
resources, good economy. I mean, what I think is kind of good, impressive is like they worked out a soccer federation that boom really caught up with the rest of like the soccer federations of the world. Um, but it's gonna take more than that to. They might not even make it. Everyone, some World Cups, they always debate. That happened to South Africa when they were hosts because they were knocked out in the group stage. And it has happened to a few other countries that they're the host and they have been knocked out early. I think
Oh
Canada
yes.
is the host. They might not make it. There's no. They are. When they played this Copa America like last year, but they were just so lucky in that one how they advanced. I don't think in this one they are. I would put them either third or fourth of their group. Really.
You
Yeah.
think? I don't think so. I think they're gonna. I mean, they qualified to the last World Cup. Pretty sure they are taking this very seriously. I think they're gonna qualify either first or second. I mean, who can be
Ooh,
better? Who can be better in this group than them? Switzerland, maybe.
yeah, but honestly, everybody's
Switzerland is gonna be better. Switzerland again for me is gonna win that group. The Switzerland's consolidated nation in soccer. They have been to like all the World Cup. Switzerland used to win the World Cup even when it was difficult, more difficult to qualify. Switzerland, I think, is gonna win that group.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
Ecuador had to play Switzerland in 2014. Then we learned a lot about Switzerland. Their players playing like Borussia Dortmund, Germany, a few in the Premier League. Switzerland, I see them. I see as the best team.
No,
So
they
back
have
to
good
Canada.
players.
Yeah, Canada. I would even say Canada might be one of those that they're going to say, "Oh, the host got knocked out early." Okay, I don't think they're that solid in this stage. Or unless they might make it as a third.
Yeah, we'll see
Huh.
on this one for Canada for this one. I mean, on this one, indeed. And now we got Bosnia and Herzegovina right over here. Made it to the World Cup. Like I said, last time they did not qualify. First appearance was 2014. They only made the group stages in their entire FIFA World Cup debut in the last 12 years. Can they
Well,
finally make it past the group stages this time?
it's a really small country.
Yes.
I think they're gonna make it. Bosnia has they been to the World Cup. Like you were saying, but they have more history, definitely more than Canada.
I
To like
mean,
as far as World Cup history goes, and like soccer, and like with football, soccer in general, like um, they have had big names in like big leagues in Europe, Bosnia. Um, I think yeah. If I have to choose, like Switzerland is gonna win that, and the second one could be either Bosnia or Canada, and I think Bosnia even has more history than Canada in this. Canada is really
uh,
new into this thing.
well, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I don't know. I feel
I
like
have I
this
have
is
big
so
hope for Canada or Canada. Maybe because I live in Michigan, but I have big hope
yeah.
for them.
But still, we own them in all the sports right now. We own them in soccer. We own them in hockey right now. Just saying facts. Who got gold in winter?
Yeah,
America. America.
America.
America can be. I think America plays a lot in the first game they have. Because I think that opponent they have in the first game might be the challenger for the spot that America might get to advance.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
interestingly, gentlemen, where do you think you would put Bosnia and Herzegovina? This is an interesting because, like I said, this group stage is dog shit, in my opinion. Um, because I feel like I could put anybody in 1 through 4. To be honest with you, maybe Qatar.
Come on, Qatar. I don't think so.
Qatar probably is going to be 3 or 4.
Yeah, Qatar is gonna
Qatar
be
is going
lost
to.
for sure.
That game is gonna decide the last one of this group. Canada, Qatar.
You
Those
think,
two
yeah?
are the
So you're
decide.
thinking Canada and Qatar in this one, but I think I could see them in number 1. I think I could see Bosnia at number 1 right over here in this one.
What's gonna be very interesting is how do they decide? I haven't read much. I might need to do it. I don't know if Stuart has done it, but how they're gonna decide who are those best thirds, right?
I think they'll probably go by points. I think it's probably like ranked.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a lot of teams with the
Yeah,
same amount of points. So
and I bet you
That's
probably.
something good. That's a good point to bring up. Yeah, even I wanted to go and look into it. sometimes, and I don't know because they're changing a lot of new stuff. It used to be the goal difference, the next decider, the factor to decide ties. But now sometimes they say it might not be goal difference. It might be when they faced each other directly, who won. If they tie on points, then the next thing is gonna be when they face each other, who won. That might decide the thing. And if they tie, then they might say goal difference. I don't know, but it gets very technical in that part, and some leagues change it sometimes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting in this one. This one's going
Yeah.
to be interesting. So we got Bosnia and Herzegovina right over here, gentlemen. We got Qatar right over here. They finally get to qualify for the World Cup. They hosted their World Cup last time, and they were pretty much dog shit, and were pretty much bad. Let's be honest, they were not great. Can they redeem themselves from last time, or they're still going to be ass?
They're gonna be ass. They're gonna be
There's no
ass.
hope.
Uh,
Are they going to
Yeah.
be the worst team? I'm trying to think who is going to probably be the worst team that qualify for the World Cup.
uh, well,
Comoros.
there is a lot of teams that
I mean, Cape
have
Verde.
doubts. Where you
Yeah,
have Qatar, you have Haiti. I'm surprised. I was reading how many the teams playing the World Cup. Come on, Haiti is playing the World Cup.
there's a
You
lot of
know,
teams. Yeah, there's a
eh,
lot of teams. Yeah,
you
let's just
know,
yeah, let's
Haiti. Come on, that
yeah.
country is
Yeah, that
falling.
country
It's not
that's
even a country. I mean, it's been ruled by the gang, and
Yeah,
somehow
yeah,
it
that country
qualified.
has not even an official government type of thing. This is a lot
They
going
don't
on.
have a government. I don't know where they play the games,
Um,
but
how they
you
made
have
it
you.
is even funny. They had to play their home games in other
What
islands.
what did they play? Another island, right? Yeah, they cannot play
Yes,
that
yeah.
country is falling. It's ruled by the gang, right? So Haiti qualify. There is another team also. It was the
You know,
it's another island that qualified.
I think you're thinking of Curaçao.
Curacao, yeah,
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 Curaçao.
Curacao.
Yeah, Curaçao is like yeah, and there's a bunch of Dutch players. If I heard, it's not people from Curaçao. It's like
No, no,
I,
I was reading. I think like all the players were born in the Netherlands.
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, in the Netherlands. Yeah, there's like no
It's not
local. It's
it's
like
not only one local player.
yeah, it's kind of
So
like it's like my joke. It's like those people that go to the Olympics and they're like, well, I couldn't qualify for my home country, so I'm just gonna go to like Trent Sempo, Maine,
yeah, you
UK,
have
and I'm just here for the box.
Curacao. You have
I'm just here
Jordan as
for the
well.
vacations. Give me the free food.
Yeah, I don't even know where Curacao is, but
I think they're in the Caribbean.
Caribbean nation, Curaçao.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the Caribbean. It's a small island, but I
It's
mean
in the
Curacao is in
Caribbean
the world.
near. I think it's near like South America, like the north, like the. If I remember, like where
Uh,
I could
and
not. I can.
you have also Jordan here. That's not a big I mean,
Yeah,
complicated. So
but we could
between for
probably.
me between Jordan, Curacao, um, Qatar,
Yeah, I think
but
honestly
not
we put
really.
Qatar. We probably put Qatar or Qatar. They're going to be dead fourth. They're going to be fourth. I don't.
Yeah, even
I,
and also Cabo Verde is playing is playing this
Cabo
World Cup. It's
Verde,
like,
Jesus, I didn't
Cape
know about that.
Verde, let's
well,
go.
I know the country because they used to have a player. Used to be a player. I think he was born in Spain, but his family from was Cabo Verde, and he was playing in my team in Spain.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's been a couple of a few like players from Cabo Verde that they live in Spain, and I know a few players from Cabo Verde, but from like many years ago. But yeah, I mean it's a lot of that's why it's a lot of teams that they
Yeah,
qualify this year, and so I see the level is a little bit lower.
yeah. Now, interestingly, another team that has it's been a while since this team made a World Cup. Switzerland. They did make it to the round of 16. They always are competitive. Their best is always the quarterfinals, but that's been since the 50s. I definitely do think
Yeah,
Switzerland's going to make the group stage, right? They're gonna at least
yeah,
make. They're gonna get past us.
yeah. In this, yeah. I can, yeah, for sure.
It's a
Yeah.
weak matchup. I honestly is going to say this. This is probably going to be almost guaranteed they will be number one.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be.
They should be number one here for sure.
Yes, I think.
Switzerland, unless Canada has something that we have not seen. in a while, and because they play home or the referees are helping them a lot. But otherwise, yeah, I can see Switzerland being first. I think Canada can be second, then Bosnia, then Qatar.
Yeah. So your predictions right over here. You're picking Switzerland first, then maybe Canada second, and Bosnia Herzegovina.
I'm gonna go for the host country. I'm gonna see Canada second, Bosnia third, and Qatar fourth.
Yeah, I think I'll go Switzerland first. I'll go Bosnia Herzegovina because, like I said, I have that European bias. I feel like it's always Europe or it's always South America that always makes it to that quarterfinals. I mean, you get some
Yeah.
African countries, you get some other ones, but it's always. I feel like I gotta bet on those, and then probably Canada third, and then Qatar. They didn't win no games. They're not going to tie any games. They're going to get goose egg.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. They might be able to tie a games against Canada, but they can be 0 points as well. But
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes.
it's I don't know. There is. I think every team should be able to get a tie at least in this group. But
Yeah, I don't
we'll
know.
see.
I
I'm
don't feel
excited to see. The problem is too many games. You cannot see them all.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of games on this one. But anyway, we got done with Group A and B. Now we got to do with the C, and we got to talk about the powerhouse right over here. We got our first major powerhouse right over here. Brazil right over here. Won 5 World Cups right over here. Always qualifies. Always does well. Last time they lost to Croatia in the quarterfinals right over here in 2022.
They have
Brazil.
a really good. They have a really good coach this year. So,
Yeah.
but so yeah, this should be first or second. But be careful with Morocco. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful with Morocco.
Be
That game
careful with
might decide the
Morocco.
good winner of that group. Brazil,
They
Morocco.
they won the last. If I'm not mistaken, they won the last Africa Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. There was some controversy on that one.
There was some controversy in that, but it's a great team regardless. They are hosting the next World Cup as well in 2030.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
So
I don't like that.
yeah, they're hosting. Well, it's gonna be Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. I don't know why they do this. Like, I think one country should be able to host a World Cup, and that's
I
it.
think it should be just
Don't
one or
need,
two. Yeah,
yeah,
just make,
one. For me, it should be one country. That's it.
yeah,
It's better for the country. This like splitting the cake is it's too much. Should be one country is
yeah,
hosting the World Cup. That's it. Especially if there is like big countries, right? I don't know. I mean, if you tell me no, Bosnia is hosting, it's a small country. Maybe Bosnia needs another country to help them. But having 2 countries hosting the World Cup makes no sense for me. Morocco
yeah.
should be
I don't
enough.
really, yeah, I don't really like it that they're doing like the triple right over here. I think it
But
should
it's
just
three nations together.
yeah, it should have been in like USA because, like I said, we have the infrastructure, we have like the football fields or
Yeah,
American football fields, we have like all that stuff, and I feel like
yeah.
it should probably
It's
just be
just
one.
it should be one.
But
So
anyway,
yeah,
we're
so
picking
yeah.
we're picking Brazil to make it past the quarterfinal. I think I'll probably put all my bank account money that they will make it to the quarterfinals in this one.
Yeah, at this quarterfinals, I put my money on Brazil at this quarterfinal.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
no, for
the
sure.
quarterfinals.
I
Hopefully,
th-
this time they don't embarrass themselves like the last time they hosted the World Cup, where
and
they
Morocco.
they got their asses whooped by Germany. I think it was 7-1, right? I was like, that was an ass whooping right over there. Now we got one down. We got to talk about Morocco right over here. A team
Um,
that made it to the quarterfinal. They made it to the Final Four. First time an African nation made it to the Final Four. That was pretty impressive right over there. The most Cinderella story. And they were the African Cup champions. So, David, I don't know if you know about if you watched the African Cup, but it was them against Senegal. Senegal won this game. There were some controversies with the refs, if I heard correctly, Raul, right? And they
mhm.
revoked their win and gave it to Morocco.
Yeah, I don't didn't follow much, but I was busy. But yeah, what you say is true. Yeah,
Yes. So Morocco, powerhouses. I feel like it's kind of funny because I feel like last time they're like the underdogs, and like this time it's like there's like people are like, oh, I hate Morocco right now. Can't
Yeah,
believe
sometimes the
Morocco's in.
situation. After Senegal like stepped out of the field,
and then they actually came back. Then they let Morocco take the penalty that Senegal was wanted to walk away
Mhm.
from in first place. Then the guy from Morocco takes the penalty, but it's a huge thing. And like we should do another podcast for that because then when he takes that penalty, he takes it in the like. That's when it gives it. And you were just saying FIFA is not corrupt because it makes you want to look like that game was rigged in that
Oh,
moment. And then
are
it goes to overtime, in which Senegal wins the thing on
are
the
you
field.
me?
And then later it comes the dispute. They're saying, no, but Senegal did walk away the moment they walked away. So it goes for Morocco now.
I
I
mean,
don't
are
even
you?
know who is officially granted the title now. The last time I heard, they said that, yeah, they were going to give it to Morocco. And then the people of Senegal were saying like something like, no, we're still with we're still keeping this cup. And then I don't know. That was the last thing I heard about that.
I mean,
Yeah,
I always say, gentlemen, are you telling me that?
sure. We lost you.
Oh no, we got you. Are you telling me an organization that has this as their boardroom has no corruption?
Yeah, well, FIFA is.
this looks this looks like a Bond villain. I swear to God, this looks like a Bond villain headquarters.
Yeah,
Looks like James Bond, the villains
yeah.
James Bond.
That's
It's like
stomach.
yes,
It's
top
stomach. It's
organization of the
stomach
world.
corruption. Yeah, it's the more you read and the more you see about how FIFA works. It's
FIFA has never done anything wrong. That's why I always say it. No corruption. No,
yeah, I know.
they don't give it to bad countries. No, never happens.
No, never happened. But also it's because in FIFA, uh, I mean, since it's gonna be battled, I mean, every country has one vote. Every federation has one vote. So it's not by population or anything. So they want to have as many countries, as many federations as possible. So it gets diluted. So at the end, you just need to be friend with all bunch of a small federation that you can uh, bribe, give them money, and they will vote whatever you tell them.
Yes,
So
man. And and I thought the NFL had some problems, man. It's like FIFA makes the NFL look like they're squeaky clean. I mean,
no, but actually, as a difference. But the problem is in the NFL, it's a private league, right?
yes,
So everyone's putting their money. Their money is in risk. But those guys in FIFA, it's especially this World Cup, they are playing with other people money.
mhm.
They are borrowing players from their teams that are their assets.
That
So yeah, because the NFL is a number of teams, I don't know, 32 teams. They own the league, right? And they can do whatever they want. But the FIFA is pretending to be, oh, we are fair. We are like United Nations. They are not the fucking United Nations. They are fucking
Yeah, they wanna
corrupt.
compare. They wanna
But
be.
they pretend they're the United Nations, and they are
They have
not.
their own justice system.
So, and the problem is they are playing with other people's money. So,
yeah,
um, they just want to have more money from themselves. They're not doing much. It's actually their teams who pays the players who are taking the risk.
yeah. That's not the one thing about FIFA that's just like, hey, I definitely feel like it's corrupt and evil and it's all bad. But you know what? The
Yeah,
sad part
we're
is you're still
talking
gonna watch
about
it.
it. I
You're
still
still
want to
gonna
watch
watch
the World Cup. Yeah, yeah. I still want to
it.
get my
I would say
jersey.
it. The FIFA headquarters could tell you, Raul and David, be like, I hate you. You're a piece of go F yourself right over here. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to watch those World Cup games. You're still
Yeah,
going to watch those.
yeah.
Let's be
Okay.
honest. Yes.
Yeah,
But Morocco definitely is going to probably make it. They'll probably make the group stages. I think they're
yeah.
it's
They got it. I mean, they play the last semifinal. They are hosting the next World Cup. It's definitely a good team.
yes.
They have a lot. They have a lot of players. From that were born in Spain. Actually, they have like 3, 4 players, and
Yeah.
they play in major leagues. So yeah,
We'll see. We'll see on this one on Mr. Morocco right over here. And then we got
yeah,
Haiti right over here. Haiti's going to be dead last, right? I know it's been a while since Haiti has made the World Cup. It's been since 1974. They only made the group stages. They're going to be dead fourth, right? Right? There's no hope.
I don't think there's hope for them. I don't know how the hell they made it. Uh, They might have some
I'll
good.
tell you why. They added a lot. They have 48 teams in the World Cup right now. This is 32.
Yeah,
We ain't making it.
yeah, and most of the surprises they always come from the. That's what I don't understand. Why Canada is so hard for them to qualify to the World Cup, because all these North America with the Caribbean groups, it's pretty easy. There's a lot of small teams. So basically, in the I don't know how they call it, the CONCACAF, or I don't
Yeah,
know how it's called. You have three big countries. You have U.S., Mexico, Canada, and then it's bunch of islands.
yeah. I think probably because, like I said, Canada, their main sport is basically hockey and curling right over
Yeah,
here.
yeah, no, for
And
sure,
I
for
think
sure.
it's the same thing why like USA can never win a World Cup, in my opinion. Because like if you want to be a good athlete, you're going to play NFL, MLB.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you want to be if you want to make the buku bucks right over here, you're not going to play soccer and go play in the Premier League or the Spanish League. Like,
I agree.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, I mean to be frank, right over here. That's why we could probably never win a World Cup in our opinion. I mean, I root for USA, but there ain't hope. But yeah, Haiti definitely going to be dead last, guarantee. And then we got Scotland. Oh my goodness, Scotland finally made it. It's been a long ass time for Scotland. It's been the only end, decades of frustration. I think it's been almost 20 years since the last time Scotland made a World Cup.
And they were in '98 the last time, and they got destroyed by Brazil in the
Mhm.
region. And now they get Brazil again.
Yes, and now they get their ass kicked by Brazil again. Congratulations, Scotland! Let's go.
Yeah, they qualify as the number one in their group, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty impressive that they actually did. Because I always feel like Scotland in like the World Cup, and you probably do agree, they're kind of considered like the joke of like the four like boroughs of like the UK. It's like, we're in it for the vibes. We're not gonna make it far. We know our team's gonna be ass. Like it's kind of like thank you for our beating. Can I have another? That's how I feel like Scotland is.
Yeah, but they qualify first in their group, so
So you're thinking they
so
could
it's
definitely be that wild card team. They could be that team
yeah.
that is number 3 and maybe make it to the group stages. They have never made it past the group stages in their entire football career.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you thinking that they could do it, gentlemen?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they can be thorough.
I think they're gonna be third too. If there is room for the thirds, I think Morocco is gonna top them.
Yeah,
And so will Brazil. So that's why I see Brazil and Morocco taking
yeah. I feel like when we get to like our thoughts on the groups for Group C, I think, and this is probably my prediction. I think Morocco's number 1. I think Morocco's going to probably be number 1. Brazil's going to probably be number 2. Scotland 3, and then Haiti 4. And then Haiti's not going to win any peats. I don't think they're going to get anything.
that one's kind of unanimous here because the
Yeah.
thing is gonna finish like that for yeah.
No, it's no, I agree with you, sir. For me in this group, it's gonna be Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and then AT last.
Yeah. Oh, so you're flipping it. You're thinking Brazil's number 1. I don't know. I feel like Morocco's going to do it.
Morocco.
Brazil might be number one. It might come down to the game Brazil Morocco.
It's gonna be a tough
Yeah.
one.
Which is gonna be-
Most likely will win that group.
I think that's going to be an interesting one. I think that will be an interesting one in this game right over here.
Let's see.
Indeed. And now we got the D. And hopefully this won't be disappointment. We got to talk about my country, my homeland, and
Your
I'm proud
homeland.
to be an American because we're
Yes, brother.
hosting World Cup. So Team USA, I feel like we're always that team that always,
I have big hopes on I have big hopes on Team USA. I
yeah.
almost wanna I wanna buy a T-shirt. They're so expensive.
I know. I honestly love their
I'll
jerseys.
go for the USA
I like it, I like
after
it.
after Ecuador. If Ecuador gets knocked out.
I do like the jersey.
So this is going to be an interesting one, gentlemen. How far do you think the USA? Do you think they're going to make it past the group stages? They've always been consistent, at least. Besides that 2020 when they were fucking ass against Trinidad and Tobago. Don't get me started. But they at least recovered. They made it to the Sweet 16 last time. They lost to the Netherlands. I feel like their only spot is only in the round of 16. That's pretty much been in the modern USA soccer team so far. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I
think
think
the
they should
game.
make it on.
I think
I
the
think they
game
should make
with
it.
Paraguay will determine whether
yeah,
they
I
they
think they should
take
make
like
it.
at least the second spot to make it through,
I have no doubts.
or if they get moved to the third spot. I think Paraguay is a contestant for the USA in that
Yeah.
group,
What do you
yeah.
think?
for that second third spot.
I think it's
Uh,
gonna be. Yeah, I do agree. I do feel like it's gonna be them and Paraguay. It's gonna be an interesting one. But like Paraguay, I feel like is that interesting mid team right over here. That's they made it to the World Cup, but they always kind of been like,
They make it. They make it. Paraguay make it. And as I say, it's not an easy group. Huh?
no, it's not an easy group. It's not a guarantee group, but I think they will. I think they'll be that top two. I think they'll probably be number two, if I had to guess it.
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to be number two on this one. I think I probably would pick them for number two. And then next we got Paraguay. Look at this. So David, you're South American.
Yeah, you know Paraguay well.
You're the
Are
expert.
really that good? Because the last time I heard about Paraguay was when Chilaver was playing.
Yes. It's been.
It's been
Sorry, I can't hear you.
decades. It's been decades. Do you remember when Chilaver was playing? That's the only player from Paraguay I know.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be interesting because, like I said, they've only made the group stages right now. They have never made it past the group stages in their entire FIFA World Cup right over here. So, David, I guess if we, sorry for the technical difficulties. Don't worry. Hey, like I said, I still can't hear you. I'm sorry about that, but that's okay. Maybe. Okay, I can hear you now. Hey, okay, right over here, David. So, David, I should say, what do you think of Pair? Do you think they can make it past the group stages right over here?
can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
They should be able, no? They qualify
Paraguay
number 6, but
gonna be with the USA that game.
yeah,
Paraguay
I'm looking
USA.
how they
They're
qualified.
gonna
They
decide who.
qualify number 6 was not bad.
Um.
So
All
yeah,
right. I think they're gonna dispute it with
I
Turkey,
can see.
Paraguay or Turkey. One of
Yeah,
those goes with the USA.
it's
That
not a
group.
bad team. All the South American teams are good here. So this is a competitive group. Huh? There's it's hard to tell here who's gonna be the best. I think there's this all the teams that we have seen before. This is the one where I see the teams like there is no anyone that you can say this is gonna dominate. I'm pretty sure this team is gonna be number one. Here I don't know which team is gonna be number one for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like this is gonna be an interesting. I feel like it's gonna be them that's the flip, but I'm like, this one. I feel like Paraguay is probably not guaranteed to at least make the group stages. Granted, this is gonna be interesting. Can they make
I
it?
don't think no one in this team you can see for sure is gonna make it or is not gonna qualify. These all teams they are around the same level. Like you have United States that qualify because they're the host, Paraguay that qualify in a very competitive South American group. They qualify as number 6. But well,
I think I probably would. Yeah, I think
but
this is gonna be.
but they qualify with the same number of points of yeah. So I'm trying to find how was the how they qualify, but it was pretty competitive. Huh?
Yeah, I feel like for the COFTA, what was the South American league
Cool
right over?
for Paraguay.
Yeah, so I don't
Okay,
know,
so
but
Australia is gonna be the last one in that group. I think the
I
USA is
don't
gonna
know.
make it through either first or second, and the other spot is gonna be disputed between
I don't know,
Paraguay
man.
and Turkey.
Here I can see all the teams like
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be interesting. I feel like for Path, so Paraguay is basically 39th ranked right over here on the pot, right over here. So they're like pot 3. So I feel like they might be the mid team. They might be that 3. I could see them either being third or second right over here. But there's not really anyone that's right over here. And then we got to say the next one because we got Aussie, oi, 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 the Aussies of Australia. Made it
yeah.
to the World Cup, as always. They made it to the
So
group 16. I feel like they were kind of
so
like that new team.
So I was
How-
so I was gonna say something, Stuart. So I found the information I was looking for. So you said like Paraguay, but I was looking at how they qualify to this World Cup, and I'm pretty sure David knows this better than myself. But so in the CONMEBOL, that 16 qualify. Okay, Argentina, 38 points. I guess was very easy for them. But then Ecuador qualified number second with 29 points. And then all the other teams, Colombia, Uruguay, Brazil, Paraguay, they all qualified with 28 points. They play against each other. So if we are sure that, oh, Brazil is going to be number one because it's Brazil whatsoever, well, I don't know how good they are, but how much better they are than Paraguay if they had the same number of points when they qualify for this World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, granted, you're in the secret is.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we need to talk with data, not just with feeling. And Paraguay had the same number of points that Brazil, Uruguay, Colombia, and only one less point than Ecuador.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was that
So
tight,
who would you
but it
say
was. It
is
was. So
better, Paraguay
yeah,
or
I don't know.
Turkey
As I say,
in that group?
CONMEBOL is always
I think I might
competitive.
go. I think I probably would go.
Between Paraguay and Turkey, who would you say would win that game?
I
They're
think I
both
mean
in the
I
same
don't know. I
group.
would say maybe Paraguay first.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would say
Believe it or not,
Paraguay.
they come from the strongest quali like to qualify. They come from the strongest division or whatever conference is Paraguay. So if we're gonna be if we say like Brazil is gonna be number one, we should say Paraguay is gonna be number one too.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one.
So in Paraguay, USA, who do you see winning that game?
Oh,
Paraguay,
Uh,
USA, and that's the opener for the USA.
I'm gonna go USA just because I'm biased. Come on, I got to root for my home team.
That's why I think that game is gonna determine a lot of that group. That game, Paraguay, USA. If Paraguay
yeah. Well,
wins, then they most
I know
likely
I would
will
just say
win that
yeah.
group.
I see first is gonna be in this group. I would say Paraguay is gonna be first. Then it's gonna be between Turkey and United States, but okay, let's say US, Turkey, and the last one for Australia.
Yeah, I feel like for the Aussies, like this is interesting. I think they're just going to make the group stage. I just have a feeling. I know they made it far last time, but I just feel like they're always a mid Australian team. I know they did well in the Asia Cup, but I think I'm probably going to pick the Aussies, probably number 4 on this one. On this
Hmm.
one,
Yeah, number 4.
yeah, I think we're probably going to be on that one. And then look at this, we got Turkey. It's been a while. It's I think another team that's been a long time since the last time they made a World Cup.
Yes, they made it
They
to the semifinals in 2020 in 2002, if I remember
they made
correctly.
first
Yes,
place.
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
made
I might
semifinals.
be right. Right, they made it to the
Yeah,
semifinals. I
and they
think.
always been, and it's kind of funny. So I have a friend that's from Turkey, and he always like, yeah, our football club has kind of been always ass since. It's been always like dog shit, bad, ass. But they finally made a World Cup. Like I said, can they finally have that Cinderella story again, or is it just a group stage and they're out?
If there is room for a third
Yeah,
spot that would make it
I
to
don't
the
know.
next round,
It's
Turkey
gonna be
might be
as I
there.
say, this group is complicated.
Yeah, this group is going to be an interesting one. I mean, it's going to be. I think I probably would. This is a tough. No, this is going to be interesting when we get to talk about because, like I said, all these teams have been at least consistent. The only one that's been consistent out of the group stages has been USA. Everybody else has kind of been not consistent, if that kind of makes sense. Like
Yeah,
Turkey's been
no,
a long time. Paraguay, they never made it out of the group stages. Australia, they do, but they're kind of always a mid team. So,
no. I think Paraguay made it out to the group stage. I think they play. I think in South Africa they did, right?
no, they only made the group stages. So both teams have only made the group stages in their entire FIFA career
Okay.
on this
Okay.
one. So,
Yeah, maybe mistaken with Chile. Yeah. No, you're
yeah,
right.
so Chile is at least doing it. So,
Yes.
this is going to be interesting, gentlemen. For Group D, who's going to be the top 2? Who's number 3rd? And who's going to get the zonk of last place?
I think the USA is gonna be first, then
This so far is the
Paraguay,
hardest one. I would
then
say Australia.
Turkey, then Australia.
That's gonna be the last one. But this group
Yeah,
is
so you're picking
complicated.
USA, Australia. Oh, so you're picking USA. Paraguay is going to be their first time making it to the knockout, and Australia and Turkey are dead last, or the last
Yeah,
3 and 4.
yeah, 3 and 4. Yeah,
I think I'll
I think.
probably go to USA number 1. I'm be a homer because
Okay.
we're going to probably do it. I'm going to probably go because I feel like I could see Australia do it. I could also see Paraguay do it.
Australia's not gonna do it.
They did it last time. They made it to the Sweet 16.
But in this group, I don't see them coming through. The rivals they have
Yeah.
in front of them, they're gonna beat them. Yeah.
All right. I think I'll put Paraguay number 2, Australia
Okay.
3, and Turkey number 4 right now.
Okay, that's good.
We got that one. Look at that. We got D. Now it's time for some E for interesting for only 2 teams and then everybody else. So we're going to talk about the powerhouse of Germany, which is very interesting. They've won World Cups. They've done well. They won one World Cup, but then they got embarrassed by Saudi Arabia last time. Did not make it past the group stages. Can Germany bounce back from their embarrassment of last time?
I think they're gonna
Yeah,
come through
well,
to the round of
here
32.
in this group we have Ecuador, and it's a strong team. Huh? I'm looking at the how they qualify to the World Cup. I'm pretty sure Debbie knows better, but they ended second with 29 points. But if Wikipedia is right, they started with -3 points.
Yeah.
So they actually had 32 points. So wow. 32 points in the common ball, it's a lot of points. So for me, Ecuador still have no issues to be number 1.
Yeah, I think Germany will bounce back from this embarrassment from last time. I think they can. I think they have like a little bit more cushion this time. I think compared to last.
And I
that
can
was
see
a tough one.
here. I mean,
Like
the African team, Côte d'Ivoire, it's also
They are pretty strong.
tough. It's gonna be tough.
The
For sure,
Ivory
in this group,
Coast.
Curacao is gonna be last.
Yeah, Curaçao is
Unless
gonna be the
it's a
last
nice
one.
surprise.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be a surprise.
yeah, it was actually interesting because they were in Group E last time, but they had a tough one. They had Spain, Costa Rica, and Japan on that one. But that's like a murder's row of like this one, where it's like feel like they got a little bit more cushion this time for this court. I think they're gonna make it. They're gonna make the group stage. There is no they're number 9.
Germany, yeah, will definitely make it.
Yeah,
They will make it.
they're not going to have a bad one. I think they're going to easily cruise. Now that'll be interesting. Can they make it far the knockout round? So that's going to be the interesting one on this one. And then we got Germany right here. Now we got Curaçao. First time in the World Cup. First time with a bunch of Netherlands players. They're here. The smallest nation to make it into the World Cup in history. Funny enough, they're the smallest nation to make it in this group. They're here for the vibes, right? They're it's like David when it's like those people that are going to the Olympics and you play for Angola for the basketball team and you're gonna play against the USA and it's like, yeah, I got my ass by Steph Curry. It's like
yeah.
Okay. I'm here for the vibe.
So in Curaçao, all over the 26 players, 25 were born in the Netherlands and 1 was born in Curaçao.
Wow.
Yeah. Vibes, man. This is like the vibes team. This is like, hey, I got a free ticket to go to the US, have a fun time of the World Cup, get my ass kicked by Germany by 6 or 7 points. That's my prediction in that game. 6-7 points. It's not going to be a good game. It's going to be an ass.
I don't know. They are all professionals, so we shall not see a blowout like that. But who knows?
They're 84. I think they're like 88 or 89 right now. Like they're 82.
Yeah.
They're 82. They're not gonna make it past. Let's be honest.
No, they're not. I don't think they're gonna pass.
Yeah, let's be honest. They're not gonna make it.
One team is
gonna be the last one in this group.
They might. I think they'll probably be the worst team that will make it in the World Cup.
Mm,
I think
Yeah, I
they
think
will.
they're gonna be the worst.
yeah,
I don't know.
between them, Qatar and Jordan, those are very weak teams.
Yeah, but they're like 82nd right now. They're like dead
And
If
last.
then
all the
and
players from
also Saudi
Curaçao
Arabia.
come from the Netherlands, that
Yeah.
means
Okay. Well,
their
let's
political
move.
status has to be something like
So, what's your
Suriname.
prediction, David?
So what do you think,
For
Dave?
Curaçao is gonna be out. They're gonna be the fourth one.
I think David's in
Yeah.
another call, or David's mute.
Oh no, he's here. I can hear him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I cannot hear David for some reason.
Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. So yeah, so he's pretty much saying that Curaçao is going to pretty much be out on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I can hear you all on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I don't know why I cannot hear David.
Yeah, that's so weird on that one. But yeah, we're going to probably say Curaçao, and then next we got Côte d'Ivoire right over here, the African giant
Okay.
always that
What
always
is?
does that always does well, always does sing, you know, but
Yeah.
only make it to the group stages. They're always talented. They always make it to the group stages. Since pretty much Africa, they expanded to I think 5 or 6 teams. They've always been consistent, but they have never passed the group
Yeah.
stages. So, Raul, will Cote d'Ivoire make it past the group stages in this one? No,
I don't think so.
no.
I mean, there are a lot of a lot of teams are gonna finish third, and they might make it. But well, the thing here is you need to be one of the top three teams, like the first third team. So if Curaçao loses every game, that puts Cote d'Ivoire with 3 points, and if they are able to tie one game with 4 points, they might qualify as a top third team, because that's gonna be very interesting to see all those third teams ending on the third position. So all those groups with a very weak team that loses every game, that give you 3 points already. Where in another groups that are more competitive, you might not be able to win a game. So you might end up with like 1 point because you tie one game. So I don't know. They might be able to qualify for some reason. They win against Curaçao and they tied against Ecuador, Germany with 4 points. I think with 4 points you qualify as a top third team, because a lot of teams are gonna have only 1 point. So in this group, I will say I will go with Ecuador first, Germany second, Cote d'Ivoire third, and pinch qualify to the next round, and Curaçao nothing.
Yeah. So, what do you think, David? Do you think Cote d'Ivoire can they do something? Can the African giant can they make it past that group stage?
As a maybe as a third, if there's enough spots. I do think it's gonna be Germany or Ecuador first and second. Then Ivory Coast, and then
Yeah.
Curaçao.
Sure,
Nothing.
I cannot hear David. You know what can I do?
Maybe you can try to do the mic. I don't know. I can hear you, so maybe you can try to. Could you
I
put it
can
on
hear
your?
him. Yeah, I can also hear him.
Yeah. So maybe you can try to do is put it on the. Do you have your computer? Is it like a Mac?
No, I'm on my phone, but it was
Yeah.
fine. But for some reason I lost David.
Yeah, because
Maybe
I can hear it
what
perfectly
if
on.
what if I leave and I rejoin?
Yeah, yeah. You can try to do that. So you can leave and rejoin, or you can try to do it on the computer, like a laptop. So that could be weird. All right, David. Now it's the Dulce podcast right now, and not the yes, Dulce podcast right over here. So yeah, I definitely do think Cote d'Ivoire will probably could be that third. Maybe they'll make it past the group one, this one, and then look at this. We got your team, the team you love, and is also frustrated. Ecuador. It's been a little bit tough. 3 times in a row, you made it to World Cups, but 3 times in a row, you're only in the group stage. Can't get past it. You can't beat them. Is this time different?
I I, I wouldn't know because the game against the Ivory Coast, I think is gonna be decisive.
I think that'd be the
Um,
break. I think that will probably be the make or break right over here on this one.
that's when I think it'll decide Ecuador's fate. Um, Even not even with Germany, because if we can even lose with Germany, even if we win with against Germany, uh,
Uh,
the game
I can,
against the Ivory Coast, I think, is gonna decide whether Ecuador secures the spot as a second one, or might even win the group,
Yeah.
or if they just
I can hear you now, David.
all right,
Woohoo!
perfect, yeah,
Yeah.
or just glitch or something.
I couldn't hear you before, but
There might be something
uh
like, yeah, on that
but
one.
I guess you hear me. So yeah, man. As I say, Ecuador. I didn't know they qualified that great. So wow. So top team, huh? Better than what I thought, because I'm not going for what Oh, this team has better players, whatever. Uh, how they qualify that already tells a lot. And as I say here, I can see Cote d'Ivoire clinching up, making to the next round because of Curaçao. If Curaçao is as weak as we think it is, if you get 3 points, you will most likely make it. With 3 points and maybe tie one game, you will most likely make it to the next round.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one.
So
I think
we need to keep that in mind. But if you will tell me if it will be only the top two teams, I will tell you Ecuador and Germany, no doubt. But with this best third team making it, they can clinch. They can clinch. I don't know how you see it, guys, but
I definitely see Ecuador going to clinch it. I think it is going to be that game. I think it's honestly going to be Cote d'Ivoire versus Ecuador. That's going to be the interesting one where it's like one team, whoever wins that game, I think they will be in the top two. I think
uh,
they will be in the top two. But this is going to be
And
interesting.
it's not an easy game. Ivory Coast is pretty strong. They
I
have
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
players
yeah,
in all the top leagues in Europe.
yeah. I mean, this is going to be interesting. Like I said, like Ecuador is in they're 23rd, but like I said, Ivory Coast is 42. So that's not that big of a gap right over here on this one. So for this group right over here, for Group E, we all picking Germany number one. Let's be honest. There is no like no
You know,
doubt about it.
I'm gonna go with Ecuador.
What?
Surprise.
Ecuador could challenge. If
No.
Ecuador scores well in both games against Germany and Ivory Coast,
Yeah,
Ecuador could be a contestant for the first.
I'm gonna put my money on Ecuador. First,
Oh, I, I disagree. I think Germany number one. I think it's Germany number one. I think I'm going to probably pick Ecuador. I think it's going to be that game. Cote d'Ivoire is third, but I think they could make it to that. They could make it to the knockout, and then Comoros. They're here for the vibes. It's just all vibes. They're vibing.
Yeah,
They're like
we're gonna
David
buy
sitting
her.
on the couch right here, and just like I'm vibing here. Like I'm just here to have fun. Like hey, like we're gonna get our
And
asses.
just do tourism in the USA. Yeah,
Hey, I get to have fun in the USA right over here, and we're here for the vibes right over here. And look at this.
yeah.
Look at this, gentlemen. We got F right over here for not failure this time. We got the Netherlands right over here, the team that
Mm.
always does well. They always does well, but they cannot win a World Cup to save their lives right now. They
no,
cannot.
they can.
That is the one. That is their narrative. I feel like they're like, in like the American football terms, they're like the Buffalo Bills of the World Cup, where they're always good, always competitive, always doing well, but they can't do shit when the time comes. So, David, we'll start with you. What do you think of the Netherlands? Can
They're
they do it?
supposed to. They're supposed to be the winners this time, according to some mathematician.
But I don't trust them.
Interesting, interesting.
I don't trust them.
I've been reading about that in the news lately. This mathematician that had predicted correctly a few last World Cups, he ran his simulation this time, and the Netherlands was going to be the winner. I don't
I
know if
just,
they'll be the winner, but I do see them at least in quarterfinals of this World Cup.
I think they
Definitely in quarterfinals.
like they did make it right there. I mean, last time they only made they made it to the quarterfinals. I think I could see them making the quarterfinals. I think it can definitely, on this one. I think they'll make the quarterfinals. I think
Quarterfinal.
it's
Okay, that's a lot,
this
but.
But it is a murder's row. There's like three other teams. I'm just like, damn. There's like one, and then there's like Tunisia, who's just like, I don't know. They're gonna make it in that one, but
I don't know. Maybe.
maybe on this one, on this team right over here. And look at that. We got the Netherlands right over here, and then next we got is Team Japan, the giants right over here. Probably one of the biggest giants of all the Asian countries. Always makes it to the group stage. Always makes it to the World Cups. They did go to the quarterfinals. I mean, they did make
They
it.
they
The
always
group,
clean off. They always clean after. You know, I don't know. You guys remember that video of the Japanese cleaning their seats,
oh
leaving
yeah,
the
they did
stadium
clean it.
in Qatar.
Yes,
They always
because
clean up after themselves. Yeah.
yeah, we ain't doing that in the states. We're like, not my problem. That's what I was yeah, that shit ain't not my problem. But Team Japan, this is a tough murders roll right over here. Can they make it to past the group stage right over here? Do you think, gentlemen?
Hmm.
What's their group? Japan. Who else?
They got Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia, and the Netherlands. And like I said,
They'll come through with the Netherlands.
yeah, I think that one's going to be interesting. Like Sweden, I feel like they do got that one like player that's like super amazing right over here. But I think I might go Team
Well, Sweden
Japan.
is not going to be easy. Sweden is pretty good too.
Yeah, that one I feel like if that one I could honestly see like any three. I could see him 1, 2, 3 on that one. I wouldn't be surprised on who's going to be there. I wouldn't be surprised Japan's number one. I wouldn't be surprised if Japan's number two or number three on this one. I think those are the you could flip and coin flip on which ones on which team to pick on this one.
I see the Netherlands winning this group, and it's going to be between Japan and Sweden for the second and third spot.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one right over here in this pick. And this pick in
Tunisia is going to be the last one.
and then next we got Sweden.
Tunisia.
They got that one striker. They have made it. It's been a little while. I feel like it's been a long time since the last time Sweden has made a World Cup. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, they finally did. They finally broke through right over here. Do you think Sweden can make it to the group stages right over here this time?
I don't know.
You're more mid on this one, Raul.
Here, I can see the Netherlands and Japan making to the next round for sure. Then between Switzerland and Tunisia, well, I will think Switzerland should make it, and Tunisia should be last. So
Oh,
I don't know. It's all the North African teams are good. The Switzerland is good too. So it's tough. It's tough. It's hard to tell.
yeah. I mean, I definitely do think Switzerland will probably make it. I mean, interestingly enough, they were um, ranked 19. They're currently 19th. So that's the interesting part about this in the world right over here. I
Hmm.
think. I mean, no, I actually I picked the wrong team. No, that's not Sweden. So they're currently 38th right now in the world ranked wise. This one's gonna be tough. I think honestly, I could not pick on those ones. I think those are gonna be the top three right over here in this one, gentlemen. Do you think, David? What do you think we would put Sweden?
Sweden, second or third.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be second or third on that one. I definitely do agree on this one. On this
Yeah,
one.
and we all agree that Tunisia will be the last one.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, Tunisia is going to be the last one.
we'd say that. Yeah,
Okay.
Tunisia, they got no hope. Like there is no hope on God's green earth that
Yeah.
Tunisia will be making it out of the group stages.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you made it. You're 40th. You know, this is probably your highlight. You've only made the group stages. Your best has always been the group stages. And I think you're going to be stuck in the group stages. They are going to be 4. Will they win a game, though? Will they do something?
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, they are
That's
40th right here. So you're
that's all
picking
right.
that one. Look at
Yeah.
that. That's our quick thoughts on the Sweden.
Okay. So we
So,
move to Group G.
I guess we'll do our pick. So who's your top four? Who's gonna be your top four? Who's gonna make it? I'm gonna go Netherlands, Team Japan, Netherlands 1, Japan 2, Sweden 3, Tunisia 4.
I'm gonna go Netherlands 1, Switzerland 2nd, Japan 3rd, and Tunisia 4th.
Alrighty, what do you think, David?
Netherlands first, Japan second, Sweden third, Tunisia no.
Oh,
And you think that Switzerland clinch to the next round or not?
Sweden.
I'm going yes.
I think they'll make it. I see this group. It might be like Tunisia is gonna have 0 points. So then for the third one, they're gonna have at least 6 points. That'll put them in the good thirds.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think I'll probably put them right over there in this one, indeed. And then next, we got the interesting group right here. We got Belgium for Group G for great, and another team. They're always good, but they're kind of like the Buffalo Bills. They can't win a cup, for fucking sake. Their best has always been third. Can Belgium finally hold the World Cup right over here? What do you think about this?
I don't think they're that good this year, but who knows?
You don't think they're that good?
I don't think they're as good as they used to be, but they qualify. I guess they qualify first.
They are number 8. But
yeah, they qualify first. So well, we'll see.
I mean, can they at least bounce back from the group stage?
I mean, this group is. I mean, in my opinion, in this group, Belgium and Egypt, they should have much more level than Iran and New Zealand. So it should be an easy qualify for both of them. Either Belgium and Egypt should be able to win both games against Iran and New Zealand. So that's 6 points. So in this group, I see like it's pretty. You have 2 good teams and 2 bad teams.
Yeah.
So
that's how I kind of feel about it. What do you think, David?
Who's gonna win this group? Belgium is even better than Egypt. They're gonna probably win the group with 9 points.
9 points. Yeah. 9 points.
Yes. You thinking we need to bring the broomstick right now, David, because they're going to be sweeping this group stage right now.
Yeah, this is when we might have one of these. This is what I keep bringing to this conversation, but this is when we're gonna have some teams with maybe 3 points. Some of these Cinderella teams that will qualify as a best third.
With 3 points, you think a third can come through to the next?
If there is, well, depending how many in other groups, how many games, how other teams, how many
before
times.
you were saying with 4 points, you think a team can come through as one of the best thirds. I think that's too low. I think if you finish third with 4 points, you might be on the lower spectrum for those thirds that are going to be selected. I think a solid third that is going to be selected to come through is a third with at least 6 points and higher.
Oh, that's interesting. That's going to be interesting. So
they only play 3 games. If they tied, it may be groups where there is no team that lose a game. So that's
I see some like you were saying. There was this other group, no, like the one before this, where we all thought like because there was like 3 equally leveled teams and 1 very weak, and we all thought everybody's gonna beat on that one. It might be a scenario where you might have a team with 6 points, maybe even more, maybe even like 7, like 2 victories and a tie, maybe with even 9 points, and they might be tied, and then you might end up still second or even third. It's very bad luck, but it could happen that you can have like 7 points and you can still be third of your group.
Now, this is going to be an interesting one for this one for Belgium right over here. Indeed, right over here. And next, we got Belgium right over here. Now we got Egypt, which they got no shot. They're not going to make it past the group stage, right? right?
I think they're
Yeah.
gonna be the second team after Belgium
What?
in this one because the other rivals they have are just too weak.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be Belgium, Egypt,
Not so
and
much
then
because they are that good, but the other rivals they have are just too weak.
You think honestly that they have? I don't. Yeah, I feel like there's like one good team, and then everybody else is kind of like, eh. I'm just here for the vibes, right over here. There's
This group is pretty unbalanced because you only have like Belgium, who is good and decent, and then everybody else is kind of like weak.
yeah, like I mean,
And then you
interestingly,
have New Zealand, who is going to be very weak.
yeah, I mean they were 29, so yeah, you could be right on that one. I definitely, you might be. So you're thinking first time Egypt will make it past to the group stages and will go into the 32.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, just because they have a really easy group.
Yeah, I do feel like that might have an easy group right over here. I mean, in this one, indeed, right over here. And look at that. We got some German. We got Egypt. Now we got to talk about Iran, which is an interesting story.
are they
They
are they
were,
even coming? Are they even coming?
yeah.
Yeah,
So since the war that's been happening with the U.S. and Iran, Iran was almost going to leave this World Cup. Was not going to do it, but they did decide they're going to do the World Cup. They're going to go to Mexico.
That's
We'll
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so they are going to go to the World Cup right over here. They've only made the group stages. They've been consistent. That's the one thing about this team that's always been consistent, always making the group stages, but they can never go past the group stages. Can Iran still make it in the group stages, or are they going to be stuck in the group stages?
Mm.
they might get stuck. They might be the third team of this group, but they might have like two ties and one defeat, like 2 points.
I can see them losing. Maybe winning against. I can see Belgium winning
I mean,
against. I mean, everyone should. Belgium and Egypt should defeat Iran and New Zealand, no problem, unless there is a surprise. And then, well, if Iran is able to, or New Zealand to tie it against Belgium or Egypt, that will make it more interesting. But yeah, I
yeah.
don't
So
see
you're,
I don't see them making more than 3 points if they defeat New Zealand or if New Zealand defeats Iran. I don't know who is better, the other, but yeah.
yeah. I kind of feel like Iran's not going to make. I think they're probably going to be third and done.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think they're gonna make it.
yeah, and
No,
I was looking at last World Cup, the group phase, how many points, and only there was less teams, right? And well, because we are talking about the third, whatever, and there was no third with 6 points. All the third, every team that finished third has no more than 4 points in the last World Cup. It's quite interesting.
yeah,
So
All
that
the
means
thirds got 4 points.
that there was all the teams had 4 points. All the third
yeah,
ones, no third, no team that ended third had more than 4 points. Had
More than
four or
four
less.
points.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
I,
and it was no, and maybe it was the first time it was no team with 9 points. All the max they have was the Netherlands and
Nobody had
England
nine
with
points. Nobody won the 3 games.
nobody.
I think in this group is gonna happen though. Belgium, I think, is gonna defeat everybody in this group.
No, yeah,
It's just so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
easy.
So it didn't happen in the last World Cup. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna. And I believe it should happen this year because there is less teams. So there is more teams. Sorry. So there is worse teams.
more teams.
So yeah,
Yes.
There is
Yeah.
more bad teams,
there is
worse
more. But
teams.
that's
Yeah.
what I sorry. That's what I wanted to say. There is more bad teams. Yes.
Yeah, I do agree. There's a lot more bad teams. And then speaking of bad teams, New Zealand, they're the only Oceania representative right over here. They are the lowest team at 86 ranked. Will they do something in all these games? Or are they going to go, they're going to go Owens. They're going to lose all 3 games, right?
Yeah, they're most likely. I
Yeah.
mean, they
They're
they
gonna lose on three
qualify.
games. 0 points.
0 points for
Well,
that one.
Iran. I mean, the other team is a team that is on war, it's Iran. So
But
it's
I
not
mean,
easy
Yeah.
for them to.
yeah, but I think like Venezuela is not going to do anything. Let's be honest. Like they're always going to make the World Cup because now they expanded it to 64, and there's only going to be one Oceanic team, and it's always going to be New
Are
Zealand.
you sure they're gonna expand it to 64 teams? Where did you read that, Stuart?
I heard that they were going to do it for 2030. There was like talks that they were going to do 64.
For 2030, they wanted to do 64 teams. That's too much.
That's that's too
What's too
much.
much? Like we haven't done 48. It's like, are you kidding me?
We have
Wait
not
till
even done that. Yeah.
what's too much? I mean, like I said, I mean we're talking about all these teams, but I'm like, yeah, number 4, like they ain't going to do anything. Let's be honest. New Zealand ain't going to do anything. Sorry. I think you're going to score.
Well, I'm reading right now on Gemini, and apparently the CONMEBOL asked for 64 teams, but it's a news from the BBC, and they say they're gonna stay with 48 teams. It's well,
Yeah.
the idea was pitched by South America, the CONMEBOL World Cup, a massive global celebration, but they are gonna keep it as 64 teams.
I complain that we have too much for March Madness, and we're going to go to
Yeah,
72.
because this is a good point here. Is the thing
Much.
is, if you open as you open this World Cup to more teams, it will dilute the qualifying. It will make it
Yeah,
less interest. It will make it less interesting. So you will have a World Cup with more teams, but the qualifying is gonna suck. Who's gonna
yeah,
watch
Yeah.
that's
that?
a little
They're
bit.
really boring.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
very
a little,
boring. Yeah, it's already less interest. The fact that there is more teams in this World Cup makes less interesting the qualifying.
yeah. Like honestly, I'm like Tunisia, New Zealand.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
or even I love the CONMEBOL qualifying, but because only 14 will qualify, and the fifth will go to the playoff, whatever playing. But now they have like 16th qualifying already. So the more you, it's just it makes more interesting the World Cup. Maybe more teams go to the World Cup, but the qualifying sucks. It's the same
It's
with the
diluting. It's just too much of diluting the product. I feel
it's
like,
diluting the product. It's the same with the NBA. Who cares about the season? What matters is the playoff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the same problem like in like college football. Like we're talking about that they might even consider having 24 teams right over here, and we're already doing 12-team playoffs right over here. And it's like I just feel like it's going to.
Yeah. Or what makes football, what makes NFL season great is because it's only 16 games, right, Stuart? How many? 16 or
They
18?
expanded to 17 a few years ago, but still, like they
Yeah,
expanded.
yeah. How many games is the NFL regular season? 17?
It's usually 17, and then I heard rumors they might go to 18.
Okay.
But
So, but anyway, it's not too many games. That's what makes every Sunday interesting because it's only 18 games you play.
mhm,
So, but anyway, going back because we need to move a tour. I will say here Belgium, Egypt, and then Iran and New
Yeah.
Zealand. They tie. They're both equal with 1 point.
yes, yes, let's do that. We can do a tie. Belgium easily is going to make it, and then I would probably put Egypt. Egypt.
Ireland and New Zealand, they both tie, and that's it.
Yeah, what do you think, David? Do you think Belgium number 1, Egypt 2, and
Yeah.
then
Belgium number one with 9 points. I think they'll get 3 victories.
oh
Iran might play their hearts out, but we have to see. I mean, who knows if they've been training,
yeah,
how
that's going to
strong as a team
be
they can be.
yeah.
Uh,
It's like this.
they're gonna be talking a lot about that because of the
Yeah,
political
because there's a lot
context
of
of
Middle
that.
Eastern countries because of the war right now that they're not training as hard, because of the situation of the war with the U.S. and Iran. So it's going to be interesting how they're going to be right over here in this one. And look at that. Now we're in H, and we got to talk about your team, Raul. Your team that you
Yes.
love and probably get frustrated with sometimes. Spain, España. Can Spain actually do this right over here? Last time they got beaten by Morocco. They did win the championship
Yes.
in 2010.
Well, Spain has a great team. They won the last Euro Cup, which is one of the toughest competitions to win. Actually, I I honestly think that it's harder to win the it's harder to win the Euro Cup than it is to win the World Cup. But that's not a discussion. Uh, so I think Spain should qualify. Uh, first, they will win the three games. I doubt it. Maybe, but I don't think they're gonna win all three. They will most likely tie against Uruguay. But it's a possibility that Spain ends with 6 points and qualify. They will qualify for sure. I can see Spain qualifying here, Uruguay being second, and then I don't know between the other two teams, Cabo Verde and Saudi Arabia. It's kind of the same between we talked about before between Iran and New Zealand. No idea.
Yeah, I feel like Spain is going to obviously make it. I think they'll probably be number one. It's just going to be the question of can they not get embarrassed in the Sweet 16? Can they not lose to Morocco? Hopefully, there's no Morocco right over here.
No, there's no Morocco. The thing here is any of the other two teams will be able to qualify as a best third. Honestly, I doubt it because to
Yeah,
qualify as you need to have 4 points. So I don't see any of the other two teams having a tie against Spain or Uruguay. So
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on this one. So, and David, you definitely agree. Spain's going to be a powerhouse. They're number one right over here. Number one.
I see Spain at least in semifinals, top four of the whole thing at least.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited to see Lamine Yamal. I think the guy's
yeah,
insane. That left foot touch
yeah,
he does it amazingly.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Now he's doing these passes that he does with his left foot, and he also has when he can be inside and just shoot like, woo, with the right angle with his left foot again.
no, the
Yeah.
thing is
Um,
great. Then you have
and
Pedri.
as a team, they're pretty strong. So I see them in like I said, top four with like France, Argentina, Spain. Um, in this group, I think Uruguay might tie with Spain because Uruguay can be pretty strong too. But I
Yeah.
see Uruguay and Spain definitely defeating the other two, making
Yeah.
like Spain and Uruguay are gonna have at least 6 points, and we'll see how
Yeah,
it goes between them.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting one for this one, for these two teams right over here.
yeah. It's
And
gonna
then
be
we
six,
got,
it's gonna be 6 points.
and then we got Cape Verde right over here at number two at this second round right over here. How do you feel
It's a,
about
it's
they're
another country like Curaçao. I don't even know if they're politically studied. Like Curaçao sounds a lot like Suriname, like a country that is also part of the Dutch. And I mean, they are like an independent country, but they have like it's the same thing. Like so many players from Suriname then move to the Netherlands. Uh, so I even wonder if they are completely a whole nation independently. I think Cape Verde is like part of some confederation of countries. So I don't know how they are in the World Cup.
they're like an island so they're like an island nation that's in Africa. So it's like in like the off coast right over here. Like Cape Verde is like in like the northern like mid part right over there.
Don't they belong to Spain or something?
I think it might have been occupied. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know it's like a really small nation right over there, like Cape Verde, right over here. So it's like in
Well, no,
like,
Portuguese. They speak Portuguese there, so they
oh
might
yes,
belong to the
Okay.
Portuguese.
so there's like a lot of Portuguese. Like the two things I know about this nation, they're Portuguese, and there's like a lot of like mixed people in Cape Verde. Interestingly enough, like ethnically, but do they have a shot of making out past the group stage? First time that they're debuting? No, no, no hope.
This is gonna be the type of team that when they play, you're gonna find out that some of their players are like fishermen, or some of their players are they have like a real job that is not football, soccer. But they were good enough that they made it to the confederation of that country, and that's where they were selected.
Yeah,
It's gonna
it's
be
a
one of
kind
those cases. We're gonna have all kinds of anecdotes.
it's
Like
a
high
kind
school teacher played the World Cup. Yeah, because the guy was in Cabo Verde, Cape Verde. Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those countries. You always see those small, interesting stories.
Yeah, yeah, they're probably not going to make it. Let's be honest.
I
There's
mean,
no.
Cabo Verde has 500,000 people population.
That's crazy to think that a team. We live in Washtenaw County in Michigan, gentlemen. Cape Verde has a smaller population than the county we live in.
Yeah, but yeah, but even the city, I was looking at the population of Curaçao. Curaçao, according to Wikipedia has 156,000 people. More
We
people
are
live in an.
almost the same population as Ann
I
Arbor.
think no. 156,000. I think Ann Arbor has more population than Curaçao.
Yeah, I think an hour is bigger than,
Oh
than
my God!
Curaçao
So
itself.
many. We have more population than freaking.
Yeah, Curaçao has 156,000 people.
My God.
Cabo Verde has more than 500,000, but Curaçao, according to
Okay, so Cabo Verde is more,
it's bigger. It's almost half
more,
million. It's more than
it's
500,000
bigger.
people.
Yeah,
But Curaçao is 150,000, 156.
Curaçao is the smallest one. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the
so
smaller one by far.
so you're thinking, David, Raul, they're here for the vibes, right? They're they're
Yeah,
they're,
definitely vibing, vibing.
they're just here
Giving
for
a
the
V
vibes.
for
They're,
vibes.
they're not thinking, man, we're gonna make the group stages. I know they're number two, but like, let's be honest, there is no hope for that team. And then next we got Saudi Arabia, the team that always does well. They always make it far. Um, they did beat you one time, Raul. I'm sorry. They did beat Spain
Yeah,
once. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
But their best was the group of 16, and they beat Argentina, but they did not make it past the group stage. They're gonna make the
Hmm.
group. They're gonna make past the group stage, right? Right? This is the easy. They have to.
No, probably not, because Spain and Uruguay are gonna take the spots in this group, and Saudi Arabia, I don't know. They might just get like a tie, one
Hmm.
point, and then with 1 point, no way. Even if you're third, that
No.
you
No
can be
one's gonna make.
selected as a third for the thing.
You need 4 points at least to be qualified. I mean, I think with 4 points you most likely make
Yeah.
it. Then
There's gonna be a lot of teams that are gonna be four
yeah,
points, and then it's gonna probably just be going off ranking at that point,
Yeah,
or they're gonna do
and
like,
goal difference or something like that.
yeah, they're gonna
yeah.
probably have to go goal difference or something like that, and so I mean, can they do?
Or unless Saudi Arabia learned their lesson from the last World Cup, which was unbelievable because they started defeating Argentina. It's an amazing game, but then they didn't make it still.
So you're telling me, David, Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. They beat Argentina. We're like, we're gonna do it, and then they just like, oh, I choked. Oh, I can't make it past the group stage. Oh, I'm a choking
Mm.
asshole.
Yeah, I mean, two defeats because you start with 3 points and against Argentina, awesome, and then you still don't make it. I don't know what the hell.
That's pretty embarrassing. I gotta say, it's like I feel like this is this like the equivalent of like going up like 3-1 in like a hockey series or an NBA series, and then you lose. You lose your next three games. And you don't make it past. It's like, are you kidding me? The odds are like so stacked for you, and you choke that away in that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
choke that away.
they're probably gonna make the group stage in that one. And then we got Uruguay right over here. Can they do it? Can Uruguay make it right over here in the group stages? They made it.
Yeah, definitely. It's more
So
of a Uruguay should it be at least in round of 16, or like
ooh,
round
I
of
mean, for
16.
sure.
Even
Yeah,
going for quarterfinals, they have a lot of history and they're strong.
yeah, it's a good team.
it's always a good team. It's always been consistent. They made it
Always
to
a
the group
good
stage.
team.
It's been a long ass time since they won a World Cup. It's been since the 50s. Let's be honest. My dad wasn't even born the last time they won a World Cup.
Yeah, but no, they
Like,
will for sure. They will for sure qualify. I have no doubt. Spain, Uruguay, and then Cabo Verde and Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I
yeah.
have no
So you're
idea. I don't.
thinking,
I don't follow. But yeah,
so I'm thinking I'm going to go Spain number one. I think it'll probably be like
Yes.
6 points. It'll probably be interesting with them in Uruguay. I'll go Uruguay number
Yeah.
two, and then I'll go Saudi Arabia three, and then Cape Verde four.
Yeah. Who really cares for Cape Verde and Switzerland? They're not gonna come through, I think.
Yeah, they're not gonna make it past the group. They're not gonna. None of them are gonna make it. So, unfortunately for that, and then we got I right over here for I and integrity of the French because they never done anything bad, and hopefully they don't surrender. So we'll start with you, Raul. How do you feel about
yes.
the the French in the
Well, I think
football?
France is one of the strongest team in this championship. They almost won the last World Cup. They still have a strong team. They have a great coach. I can see them maybe winning the three games in this group. Who knows? I mean, Norway shouldn't be easy either, but I can see them maybe even winning the three games. For sure, they will win two. They will qualify first. Um, I I can see them going to the first and maybe and yeah, and I don't know if they will make it to the final, but they should be making it to the semifinal. I'd be surprised if they don't make it to the semifinals.
Yeah. So you like to say, Raul, and I like to say my own same. I would bet all my bank account money that France will at least make it out of the group stage.
Oh, for
Guaranteed.
sure. Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Wouldn't you agree, Raul? If your life depended on it, on one team, it's going to be France. And to like make it out of the group stage, you're picking France.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in the next group, we also have Argentina with a very easy team. Looks
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah. They have like an easy one. So like France definitely going to easily get this one.
Yeah, they're
They're
gonna win two, maybe even three games. Also, but it's important what I just saw before in the last World Cup, no team won three games. That's quite a. I was surprised to see that.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting
yeah. I don't know.
fact.
I don't know. I didn't. I
But
didn't look
nobody
at the.
got three
I didn't.
victories.
Yeah. I didn't. That was in 2022. I didn't look at the previous World Cup. I guess one team might made it or not, or how many times this happened. But the fact that in the last World Cup no team won three games, that's very competitive. That's very
yeah.
Yeah,
competitive.
it's all matching up to competitive. Nobody really dominated that
No,
match.
but maybe this year with more teams might be possible because it gets diluted. So with this
Yeah.
year we
You
might
got
have
deleted, yeah.
Yeah. I
it
think
gets
there's
diluted, but
delusion, like delusion. You cannot pronounce right now. Come on. There's so much diluting of the World Cup right now that that would probably will have some teams right over here. So France definitely going to make it right over here. Now we got the team right over here in Senegal right over here. They made it to the Africa Cup and they made it to the finals. Technically should have been the champions, but some things happened. Some shenanigans happened because there's no shenanigans in the FIFA right over here. They're all consistent. They're always doing well. They made it to the quarterfinal. Their best finish was the quarterfinals. Last year they made it to the group of 16. They're gonna make it. They're gonna be that number two, right? Guaranteed number two.
Yes. Yeah, they might even be better than Norway. They'll be. I don't know if they'll overcome France, but second of the group,
Yeah.
I would say.
I mean, I
And
think
they
honestly,
should advance at least like round of 16.
yeah, I think that might be the most powerful of all the African nations in the sense of the World Cup. I know they did technically win, but lost to Tunisia. I think.
Morocco is the only one that's as good as them. That's what that was the
Oh,
final.
sorry, Morocco. Yeah, Morocco is probably as good as them. So I think it's probably going to be them too. And I think, oh, I think they'll probably make the best. They'll probably do is they'll win. They'll make it to the 32. They'll win one, and they'll probably be bounced out by the better teams right over here. That's what my prediction. Wouldn't you agree, Raul?
yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you agree on this one, indeed. And then look at that, we got Iraq, first time since '86. Last time they made a World Cup, Saddam was the leader of that country, and
Mhm.
now they made it to the FIFA World Cup. Um, they're not going to make it past, right? There's
No,
no
I don't
hope.
think so. Well, they tie against Spain on Friday or Saturday. I don't know when they play. I think it was Friday. They tie 1-1 against Spain, but no, I don't think they're gonna make it. For sure not.
But isn't like those friendlies? They don't put like 100% of their players, right? They just kind of
Yeah, well, but still, you should be
yeah,
able to. Spain should be able to win Iraq, no matter what. But they didn't.
yeah.
So
I mean, let's see. I mean, they never made it past the group stage, but I think they're going to probably stay at the group stage. Wouldn't you agree, David?
Iraq in this one.
So
No, Iraq is not gonna come through. It's gonna be
no,
taken by France and Senegal.
yeah, I think they're probably going to be. I think they might be dead last.
They're
I
gonna
think
be the last one. They might be the kind of thing of like 0 points
I think we're going.
because really
can go.
fits.
They can go 0 points. Yeah, they can because Norway is
Yeah,
Norway is not a bad team,
Norway's
Yes.
not bad.
Yeah.
and
So we're
and
we're
they
gonna.
they they qua- they qualify direct from their group. So
So unfortunately for Iraq, they're probably gonna get zero, just like their weapons of mass destruction. Zero things that
yeah,
happen.
little thing that happened. Yeah.
Oh, on this one, yes, I made my political joke and you didn't even know it. So next we got Norway. It's been a while since Norway made the World Cup. Their best one was '98 when they made the round of 16. They got that,
Hmm.
they got that one great player in Erling Haaland.
Haaland, yeah.
Yeah,
Haaland.
yes, who's like
They
pretty
have
amazing.
Haaland. It's pretty
Haaland.
amazing, that guy. Yeah.
Do you think Norway could do some damage in this World Cup right over here?
I mean, they have a top player, but you need a top team to make damage. It's hard to
Yeah,
tell. They should qualify. They should pinch. Should be able to finish second or even third in this group. Uh, France should win 2 games, maybe three. But I can see Norway being able to defeat Iraq and even Senegal or tie with Senegal. So
you're
yeah,
saying this is like the dark horse team. This is like this team that's going to sneak in here, like a dark horse, like random like team that's like nobody expects. If you had to put money on it,
yeah.
but what do you think, David? Do you think Norway has a shot of making it to that making it far?
Here's how I see how they could make it. They would have to destroy Iraq 5 goals at least, and
Yes.
Yeah.
then but they're still gonna be third because I think Senegal might be better than them. France is better than them, so they might still be third. But as a third, they might come through because they had a big goal difference against Iraq. That Iraq is gonna be pretty weak, I think. So if they
Yeah.
can just destroy them and get like a big goal difference with that out of them, and then as a third, they might come through.
Yeah.
But I don't
So
think they're gonna be second. Senegal, I think Senegal is gonna be better than them. That Senegal team, an African team, is so difficult to overcome.
yeah. So I guess in our predictions right over here. Who is your predictions right over here? France is number one. Let's be honest. France is always going to be there. They're going
France
to,
France,
number one.
yeah. France is number one. Now, who's number two?
I think
It's gonna
Senegal
be
is gonna
bit.
be number two.
I wanna say just to say something different than you, David. I'm gonna say Norway is gonna be number two because of Haaland. Then
Yeah,
Senegal, then Senegal, then Iraq.
yeah. But I always say it. One player does not equal. You need to have a group of great players or a
Yeah,
group
yeah, you
and
do.
stuff like that. I always think about like the
Yeah,
NBA. Michael Jordan was one of the
yeah,
greatest players ever, but he
yeah.
had
But he
Scottie.
had a great team. Scottie
He had
Pippen, yeah,
Scottie
and a lot
Pippen
of other
to help you
players.
out.
Yes.
He had those
Yeah,
players. He had Dennis Rodman. He had he had like a cast of people that can help him out when the time
yeah,
was.
for sure, for sure.
But I think I'm going to go Senegal 3. I think Norway could make it, and I'm going to go Norway 3. Iraq is going to get no points. No
Yeah,
points.
Okay.
0 points on
Yeah.
this
0 point
Well.
situation again.
one. Zero
Yes.
points right over here. And now we got Group J, and now we got Argentina right over here.
Okay. Sure. Sorry. I man. I didn't know this was taking that long, but I need to go, man. I
Oh,
cannot
okay.
stay longer. Sorry.
So we just
I
have 2 more groups to go.
My bad, but I really need to do have a lot of stuff going on here. I'm very sorry, man. But this is taking longer than what I thought it will take. So I need to stop here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no worries.
Um, no, yeah, yeah. I thought I would have more time, but I am thinking all the things I need to do, and man, if I don't do it before Win comes back, she's gonna get mad. But yeah. Thanks for the invitation. Don't hesitate. Invite me to the next one. And
Oh, yes.
I
We'll do it. This one
hopefully,
will be a little bit different.
hopefully we can make a little bit shorter. This is like it's taking a little bit longer than what I thought. So, but thank you. Nice meeting you, David.
And
All
nice to
right.
meet you too. Yeah, sure.
Nice seeing you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye
bye,
bye.
listeners. Alrighty. We got you, David, right over here. So, alrighty, David, we're doing the dose right over here. So, we got a couple more left right over here. So, Argentina, they're the World Cup champions last time. There is the World Cup curse where you win your championship, but you don't go back to back. If I'm correct, yeah, no one has gone back to back. Correct?
I think they have. Yeah, Nobody's done back to back. Brazil might have done it back to back. Let me. Brazil has done it back to back. Yes,
But
Brazil
it's
won in '58, and then Brazil won again in '62.
okay. So they've done it twice, but it's been a long ass time right over here.
That's why
So
they are penta champions and they have five because they have shit like that. But Brazil has done it back. Yeah.
yeah,
Argentina might do it back to back. I see them in semifinals at least. And
yeah.
they're definitely gonna win this group.
I think they're going to easily get this group. I think this one's going to be a very much an easy cakewalk right over there. I think will they win all their games? I know they didn't do it last time. I mean, but let's be honest. Like after holding those World Cups right over here, they're not like, oh man, when they won that World Cup, we could have done better in Saudi Arabia, right? Messi was thinking about that after he was holding that World Cup, right?
I don't know. I saw that game. I saw the whole game. They just the only thing I can remember is just every South Arabian player just increased their level.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah. So I'm definitely thinking Argentina is definitely going to be that number one. It's so funny. Like in our group knockout stages, right over here, we're all picking the number one. The ones that are our number ones, we have all picked. I think correctly, yeah. All the ones that we picked for number one, right over here, on this one, and then we got Argentina right over here. Now we got Algeria right over here. Or I like to joke right over here. The team that always makes the group stages, they made it to the round 16 in 2014, but they did not qualify last time. Can they do some upsets? What do you think?
Algeria. Nah.
I think they're probably
Uh, Algeria. They might decide their fate with Austria. Austria, I don't think they are that powerful. So Algeria might have a chance to be the second one of the group.
oh.
Uh,
So that's interesting because like
but
Algeria's ranked.
not so much because they're good enough to make it. It's more of a, it's more of the scenario in which it's like the other ones are bad. The
Yeah,
other ones are even worse. Lucky you, you're in a group with a bunch of bad teams.
yeah. Hey, I'll support that. Hey, I always say that. Yeah, please give me all the shittiest teams so we can make it to the finals, and then I can be like USA. We're powerful. We're powerful than all you motherfuckers.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yes.
That's
And
all
so,
it takes sometimes, because everybody else is really bad.
yeah, everyone else is really bad on this one. So it's like, so, but I definitely think Algeria, they're probably going to make, they're probably going to be in the, I think they'll probably be third. I think I'm going to pick them as third right now. I think it's going to be tough. Let's see. We'll see on this one. We could probably flip it on this one.
Yeah.
And this one, indeed, right over here. And now we got Austria. Yes, the land of the Deutschland right over here. They did not qualify. They made it third. It's been a while since Austria made it to a World Cup. Can they come back and do a good debut right over here?
I don't know much about Austria right now.
Like I think it's been a long.
I don't know. I don't think they have. They have like relatively not big names in big leagues, but just decent names in the European leagues. Um, they
I
might be
mean,
second of this group. Yeah, not again, not because they're so good. Like they're gonna lose to Argentina definitely.
yeah,
If Algeria is good enough, they might overcome Austria. But they're gonna beat Jordan.
yeah,
I don't see them coming through that far. They're gonna be second,
yeah. So
but
like I
not by
said,
much.
they've only made it to. Actually, it's been since 1998 the last time they made it to a World Cup. So it's been a really long time for them. I think that's going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be them that too. Algeria and Austria is going to be that power. That's going to be the game that decides who's going to make it and who's not. And then how
Yes,
and then if they tie, then it's basically how much can we beat up on Jordan
exactly.
on that one. That is going to be the deciding factor on this one, on how we'll see on this one right here for Austria. And then look at this. We got one more. Jordan, their debut, finally, their first time making a World Cup right over here. Congratulations, Jordan. Them and Uzbekistan are the teams that made it. They're only going to make the group stage, right? Right.
They ain't.
There's no
They
there,
ain't gonna make it. It's gonna
there's
be
no
another. It's gonna be another 3 defeats, 0 points kind of a scenario.
zero. They're,
If
they're
they
going to
get a goal, they're gonna be so happy.
yes. It's like we scored a goal. Yes, we got our ass kicked by Argentina. Let's go. But we still scored a goal. This is our greatest moment.
Argelia might give them a goal because they are Arabic too. They're Arabic buddies. So Argelia, but Argelia is gonna win anyway. So
Yeah,
Jordan's not gonna get anything.
yeah, but I always feel like, let's be honest. I feel like they got that soccer rivalry beef. It's like it's like a difference when it's like you have a beef with your own, what I mean, with your own countryside. Like you're like Ecuador would never be like, all right, we're kicking Colombia's ass, but we'll be nice this time. Like no, 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 no. You want to beat this out of them. You want to embarrass them. You'd be like, this is our sport in footy. But you're gonna definitely pick Jordan definitely in the dead last right over here. So Argentina is definitely gonna be number one. Will they score 9 points? Will they have
Yes, definitely.
I think
9 points.
now this is gonna be the interesting one. Who's 2 and 3? I'm going Austria. I'm seeing the upset.
Austria's gonna be second, two, and Argelia is gonna be three.
And then Jordan's gonna be dead last, and they're just here for the vibes.
Yeah.
They're vibing.
I mean,
They're vibing right here, as the kids like to say. And then we got two more left. We got Portugal right over here. Finally, they won a World Cup. Their best was actually they never won a World Cup. Another team that's been always like, they got Ronaldo, but they cannot win a World Cup. Can they finally get that hump? Can they finally hold the greatness of World Cup, or are they still the legacy of failure, as one YouTuber likes to call it?
I have a theory they might, knowing how honest FIFA is, they might rig this World Cup for Cristiano this time.
Yes.
I have to admit it. Like it was the best history of the best history ever written last World Cup to see Messi win it because it was like after all the history Messi had to see finally he made it. Woohoo! And they're gonna make books and history and stories about it forever. So for the same, and they saw like, oh my god, and everybody saw the greatest history of sports ever written, Messi achieving the World Cup. Now they think they could easily do the same, but this time it's gonna be for Cristiano, and then they can easily rig the World Cup for Portugal.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it probably will, but it's going to be interesting because it's like I said, this team is a bunch of choke artists. They can make it to they can make it to the finals, but they cannot get to that They can never get to that hump.
look at let's just look at their group. The message is pretty clear. This is another thing that I think about the rigging of World Cups and tournaments, at least in soccer. One easy way to just be like to not hide the rigging you're trying to do is you take the host because you always want to favor the host and you give the host a really easy group and then you can even set up the host in the brackets so the path can easily be easier. Look at this group for Portugal.
Yeah,
Congo, Democratic Republic. It's another.
easy.
They used to go by Zaire. The country does not
Zyprus.
even exist anymore, so it's a brand new country. They're Curaçao for all it counts. Uzbekistan. Do you know anything about Uzbekistan? I
No,
kind of know where in the map they are, but that's as far as it goes. And then Colombia. So it's easily set up for Portugal and Colombia. So
you
yeah,
are they gonna get the 9 points and just win all that? I guess
maybe
you're
not. Maybe not just because Colombia is going to be an actual challenge for Portugal.
so you're
So
definitely picking.
not 9 point scenario, but six and above, and then Portugal. It's gonna be that thing when Portugal and Colombia meet each other. They both already beaten the crap out of Congo and Uzbekistan, so they already have 6 points each, and they are literally just playing to see who's gonna be the first one. Like nothing on. They're both nothing to be decided. Like they're playing just because of friendship, literally. Nothing on stake.
Yeah, it's all about the vibes. It's all about the fun and the vibes on this one. So in this one, indeed, right over here. So we got we got Portugal, but we got the DRC. It's been 50 years. They were used to be another country the last time they made a World Cup. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, which I always joke, if any country says they're democratic, they are not democratic.
Yeah, a very that's a rule. That's like an unwritten rule. But if your country begins with any democratic word or any people's republic of something or democratic people's republic of something, you are everything but that.
Yes. But like I said, I know that they had a lot of turmoil. It is going to be interesting because, like, the one interesting tidbit is basically because the Ebola outbreak that's been happening in the DRC and Cameroon and all that, and like there, I believe the fans, if they come to the U.S., I believe in Canada or in Mexico, they have to have a 21-day quarantine because of the Ebola outbreak that's happening in the DRC. That's an interesting fact.
I hadn't read about that. I know this country has improved. Like right now, there are two countries called Congo. They're neighbors. If anything, they are the best Congo country. The other one is struggles a lot more. This one has actually improved. Is more open to the world. I met a lot of people from this specific Democratic Republic of Congo in North Carolina. There's a big community of them. I believe they are mostly French speakers. This country has improved a lot. Not surprised they're in the World Cup, but no football history. So just they're gonna be annihilated or just 0 points.
Yeah. You think they're here for the vibes? It's all about the
Yes,
vibes.
fighting.
They're here for the vibes. They're just like, yes, we made it. I can be happy. We made it. We made it right over here. It's been a while. They are 46. That is impressive that they are at least 46 ranks. I can give them credit right there. But they're probably going to get the 0 points. They're probably going to get 0 points on this one in this tournament right over here. And then we got Uzbekistan, the former Soviet countries right over here, made their debut right over here. They're 50th. Um, maybe probably will tie the DRC. They're not going to make it far, right? Right? They rigged this for
Nah,
good. They rigged this for Portugal. I'm not going to lie.
they're gonna compete against Curaçao and Congo for like the title of not the worst team of the whole World Cup.
They're going to tie for the most ass team right over here. So,
Yeah,
yes. So my joke is basically since Russia cannot play the World Cup because of the special military operation, quote unquote, what they call it right there. Uzbekistan, you can be in. You're in. Even though they're Central Asian.
that's a funny take. It might have been like that. Russia being blocked from the World Cup might have opened the spot for them for an
I mean,
additional country in that area.
granted, it's technically an Asian country, so it's like a Central Asian country, Uzbekistan. But will they get any points?
They might get something out of Congo, out of the DRC, because they're both like newcomers into this.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of like that Cinderella team that's like in March Madness where it's
I'm
like
surprised two Cinderella teams are matched in the same group. They they should have been split to two different groups.
here's the secret why because FIFA decided to have 48 teams and they're like I need more money and more World Cup games and we are not corrupt in anything. That's why we need the Uzbek money right over here. But yeah, they're probably going to be in this one right over here, indeed. And then we got um, right over here. We got Colombia right over here. Your favorite team, your favorite country of all time, maybe even better than Ecuador, right? Right, David? You love Colombia more than Ecuador, right?
Ecuador doesn't have much beef against Colombia, really. We have more beef against Peru. And
Oh, damn it! They didn't make the.
uh,
Damn it! I could
it
have
was
talked.
it was a little beef this last qualifier because like in the previous qualifiers, we beat them really badly. We beat them like 6-1, like for one World Cup ago. They still talk about that because you don't get that score so often as 6-1. And it was for Ecuador. So, like we destroyed it. And
Yeah,
then when we had to face them again this last World Cup, they were still a little sore about it. At home in Ecuador, they couldn't beat us, but in Colombia, we beat them. So then they were even more sore about it. So that created a bit of a small beef this last time between Ecuador and Colombia. Um, Historically speaking, Colombia is bigger than Ecuador. They're gonna be the second group. They
yeah.
might even win the group if they can be. I think they can be good enough to beat Portugal
Yeah,
and even might probably even win the group.
yeah,
And
and it's
then it's gonna be like how far they go.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting because Colombia had this interesting history. Because I remember I watched the 30 for 30 on ESPN about Colombia, and they talked about the two Pablos, and they talked about that infamous goal that like killed. If you remember that, it was the '94 World Cup. I think it was against Italy. Was it U.S. or Italy? And they accidentally did like an accidental own goal.
Yeah, it was against the USA, their own
Yeah,
goal, and then when the guy got back home, they took
they
him
murdered
down.
him. Yeah, the cartel murdered them, and that killed like the Colombia's like chances of ever making a World Cup. It took them like 20 years because everyone's like, I don't want to play. It is going to cost my life.
Um, they made it to 98. This shooting happened in like 94. They did make it to 98. I think in 2002 they missed out.
Yeah,
2006 they might have missed out as well. Then they missed out a couple, but they've been back. And
yeah,
they're gonna be. And now that they expanded the thing, they're gonna be over there.
yeah.
Um,
And it's kind of been impressive. I know we'll probably talk about the geopolitical. This is the random, but I'm kind of impressed that Colombia has kind of gotten a lot better off in the last than it was like 30, 40 years. It was like dangerous to go to Colombia, and now I feel like it's been a little bit more safer now in the recent times.
During the Pablo Escobar times, they had that dark reputation.
Yeah,
Now it's not like that. It's I mean, it's not a perfect country. It still struggles with problems that any other country would struggle with. But it's not like that. That you're gonna be in a shopping mall and the whole thing's gonna blow away.
yeah. It's so funny because I always think of like the late Anthony Bourdain. So 24, I think it was like 14 or 15 with the Columbia, and he talked about, yeah, I always brought my watch. I had my wedding ring right over here. I had no issues in the Columbia. I felt so much safe. Like I said, there was some like Brazilian, like Brazil or some South American countries. I couldn't do that in that sense. Like I felt a little bit uncomfortable to have more jewelry in that sense, but
It's,
not in
it's
Colombia.
gonna take time. It's gonna take time to change. Colombia, it's gonna take a couple of generations probably to change that notion of like Colombian cocaine, Colombia and Pablo Escobar. It's gonna go away, but it's just a process.
It's a process. I think it definitely does change it. But yeah, Colombia definitely will be that number two right over here. So you're picking for your team right over here, David. Portugal number one. I think they're going to get 9 points. Colombia number two. Who's going to be number? I'm going to go Democratic Republic of Congo because let's go. I think I'll give them the third. But will they make it? No. And Uzbekistan, I think they'll just tie. I think they'll just tie for the vibes right over here.
Yeah.
On this one, indeed. And look at this. We got the final one right over here. I know it was a long podcast, David. I'm so sorry. But hey, I done a 2-hour and 30-minute podcast. I'm not gonna lie. Not the longest podcast I ever done. So we got England. And as always, they always talk about it's coming home. It's coming home. The cup is coming home. You fuckers, you're never fucking coming home. They always choke. I feel like if I had a sports equivalent of like an American football team, this is like the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm a Cowboys fan. I love this. They're like America's team. I always say this. But they haven't done like the Cowboys, they haven't done shit in a long time.
England only did shit only once.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah, it was a ghost goal. It was a ghost goal in '66 against Germany. Germany's kind of their bitch in the World Cup. I have to say it, right? Right, David?
I mean, the only ones who gave the chance to the English to win something, they all the stars they put on the badges of the countries, they are a sign of pride. Even if you only have one, like Spain only has one. The more you have, of course, you show them and all that. England kind of hides their only one star. And it's really fun. If you take a look at their uniforms, you're going to see that the star is there on the uniform, but it blends with the color of the fabric. It does not stand out as it stands out for all the other countries because they live with the pressure of it's pressure shame of being the creators of the whole freaking thing and only having one to show it. When you have the Germans who have like 4, the Brazilians have like 5, the Italians have like 4. So it's like it's a shame for them. They want to be themselves in the world of football, just like the Germans, just like the Italians, just like the Brazilians, just like the Argentinians. The French only have 2, but they're so powerful, you see. But the English, I think they feel that's why they kind of get mocked every year with the freaking song of "It's Coming Home," because it's never coming home.
No, it ain't coming fucking home. It's gonna,
Yeah.
you know, it didn't come home. It flew to the other pond. That's what it did.
And yeah, to the other side of the ocean and never came back
Yeah,
to
it flew over. It
the
like,
motherland, England.
but I think England is at least gonna make it out of the group stage.
And England is the biggest irony every World Cup because they literally have like you can see a soccer team as like as a whole or individual talent, player by player. Like Brazil is so unbelievable, like player by player. England has good player by players in the best league of the world, which is the English Premier League, and that also makes them good as a whole. So it does not make any sense. They should always be a candidate. The English Premier League is undoubtedly, unapologetically the best league of soccer football in the world.
I mean, let's
Every
be honest.
year is the best. Nothing is only the European Champions League kind of it's as good as that one, but the English Premier League is the best. And it does not make any freaking sense that the country that has the best league of the world always is ass in in the World Cup.
Could we say that England might have like? I'm sorry, David, but I'm like, oh, I'm choking. Oh, we can't make it to the finals. Well, I just got to say one thing before we go. England, who's your daddy? And is it Deutschland? Is Deutschland your daddy?
And ironically, the only one that they ever won was against them.
Yeah. And then Germany decided, no, we'll make you your bitch every time the next time. We're just like, boom. Or we'll say in Spanish, they make him the puta every time.
Yeah. They never put
Every year on this one. So yes, as pretty much end of our talking shit about them, we got Croatia. This is an interesting team. Like I said, they made it to the finals runner-up. They were the runner-up. They're the smallest nation. They came third. They made 2 quarterfinals. It's pretty impressive for a new country to be this consistent and still make it. So, can they?
I
Can
mean,
they?
they're gonna be the second. They're gonna come through, and they're gonna be again at least quarterfinals, maybe even semifinals. If they get knocked out early, there's gonna be like, oh, big news. Like you were saying, they're such an interesting case for such a young nation that is so good in soccer.
It is pretty impressive that for a young team. This is like I feel like this is like a young startup, like an expansion team. I kind of view this one. I mean, maybe not in like the NHL. I know you're not a hockey one fan, but like the Vegas Golden Knights, like a brand new team was pretty much there like a decade ago, and then it's just like for them, they made it to for the Vegas. They made it to 3 Stanley Cup Finals in less than a decade, and they won a cup. Now Croatia's never won a cup. Now that's going to be the interesting story. Do you think they can finally get that hump and win a cup?
Nah, maybe not yet. It would have to be some Cinderella story if they actually win the World Cup. Uh, yeah, because you have some like forget about this the group they are there because they're gonna come through that. If you're talking about Croatia, you're talking about who they're gonna have in the quarterfinals, who are they gonna have in semifinals, what big country is gonna get to them, and will they be able to overcome that? I don't see them as title contestants.
Yeah.
Definitely a strong team. Uh, I don't know. I have an interesting theory on why they are so good. Um, Looking up their history, they were one of the first countries that broke free from Yugoslavia, the whole Yugoslavia Federation. And
Yeah.
Yugoslavia was good in soccer in the World Cup. If you look up their history, they were always even fighting for the title, like when the World Cups started. So
Yeah.
Yugoslavia was always good in the World Cup. Then Yugoslavia starts splitting, and then Croatia comes up, and they're right away they're pretty good since the beginning, kind of. My theory was that the best player that used to make up the Yugoslavian Federation, the best players might have come from Croatia. So as soon as Croatia broke free, they were so good on their own.
Yes. I definitely do feel like this is a very much. I mean, the Croats have been pretty impressive right over here. I definitely do think they could be that interesting number 2. I could honestly put a flip coin. I could flip a coin at who I pick for my 1 and 2 right over here. I wouldn't be shocked if Croatia becomes that number 1.
Croatia could win the group, could easily win this group, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly we got 2 really good ones, and unfortunately we got 2 kind of mid. We got Ghana. Ghana, congratulations, you made it. You made it quarterfinals in 2010, but you only make the group stages so far. I think they're going to probably continue their tradition and only make the group stages. Wouldn't you agree, David?
Um, so Ghana is a good team. They are strong and they have good like good tradition of the World Cup. Um, and it's an interesting group. I don't see Ghana topping Croatia, so Croatia is gonna come on top on that. But we were just saying how England is no guarantee. England can easily like just start
Oh,
thinking. Yeah. So
and you,
Ghana might get something out of England, and then they might actually come through because England is a hit or miss, which is ironic because they should always be candidates, but they are always a hit or miss type of thing. So that hit or miss might be for Ghana actually, and then they'll see who comes on that.
yeah, honestly, I do feel like if I'm looking at this one for the final group right over here, this is not a guarantee. Maybe Croatia is the only guarantee. I feel like
Yes.
I don't. I feel like this is a tough pool for I would say England because you got to play against Ghana. That's one, and then we'll talk about Panama. But like I said, I think they'll probably be a top 3. Honestly, I could see them making the group stage. They'll be that third like tough like group stage
Yeah,
team.
I think I see them coming through. Yeah.
I think honestly I could probably pick Ghana as like the interesting group stage right over here. And then look at this. We got the final one. Panama! Yay!
Panama.
Panama!
My favorite.
They always made the group stage. Never been past the group stage. They're going to stay in the group stage.
They're a Cinderella team. There's a funny meme goes around them in 2018 when they had England again, and England was destroying them so bad in the first half that the coach went to the English coach to literally ask him to slow down. That was the meme because he was begging him like, "Could you slow the f down? You already destroyed us." And I think it's gonna be something like that again. It's ironic that they get paired up with England again.
Yeah.
But nah, they're just making it because they expanded the thing. You have spots everywhere, but
Yeah. I feel like Panama's always that team that always makes it, but they're not gonna like do anything. I mean, granted, it's been a very long. Like they made it in 2018, and then they never made it before that. So this is like a recent team, but actually, funny enough, they were actually 32. They're actually the worst team in 2018. The last time they made the World Cup, funny enough, was actually Panama.
you're saying the FIFA rankings, or
Yeah, the FIFA rankings in 2018, they were actually the worst team ranked. They were actually the 32th ranked.
yeah, like they're the best ones in the region, but once it comes to the World Cup, nah,
Uh,
it's gonna be
no,
a 3 defeat scenario
it's
again.
tricky. It's gonna be a tricky one, but I definitely don't. I think they're gonna score 0 points on this one. 0 points for Panama right over here. And
Zero.
then let's see. Now this is gonna be interesting. Who's going to be your top two, the third and the fourth? We'll start with you, David.
England and Croatia. England first. No, Croatia first one. England second. Ghana third and fourth one. Panama.
Panama. I'm going to go Panama all the way number one. No, I'm just kidding. I think I'm going to go Croatia. I think they're going to be good. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup to see who's going to be that number one. I think that's going to be who decides that. I'm going to go Croatia 1, England 2, Ghana 3, and I think Ghana will make it in, and then Panama number 4. And they'll probably get 0 points.
Yeah.
0 points. But look at this, David. We did a 2-hour and 22-minute podcast. We got all 48 teams right over here. So we got final predictions. Who are you going to pick? If you're gun to your head, your life depended on it, who's winning this World Cup?
Who is winning? That's a bold statement to say at this point early. I even think saying the top 4 is a little bold. Because there's so many factors and stuff. Like I have to really choose, like who's gonna win this World Cup? Who's gonna be like World
Your
Cup
life depended on it. Like you're gun to your head. It's your life dependent on it. One of these teams.
I think Spain. Spain.
I'm actually funny enough. I picked Spain. I was picking Spain too. I was like Spain 1 and then maybe France. I always feel like it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a European team that gets it. I definitely do feel like it's gonna be Europe. I think this is their year.
Yeah, unless Brazil shows up or Argentina actually does the double, which it has. I don't know. It has a good chance. Argentina. I do see Argentina in the top 8 at least.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes in this one. This is gonna be the fun part. And look at this, David. We did the marathon. This is pretty much like running a marathon right now. We did our podcast marathon on all 48 teams.
All right.
That's pretty much it. So next week, it'll probably be a quicker podcast. Don't worry. We'll probably talk about the first 3 games. We'll see. We'll see how the vibes are on these games right over here. And we're going to do our weekly coverage of the World Cup all the way up to the championship. So as always, gentlemen, and David, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gator. So as always, take care. Bye-bye.